Howdy, children. I haven't even adjusted the levels and nothing.
You and your damn levels.
I haven't even connected my phone. So if people want to call,
don't bother.
Connected yet. Don't bother. Yes, quite. Maybe that should come up a bit. Yo, this is Chair Shots of a Sunday. It is Sunday, isn't it?
Last time I checked, yeah.
Early, late. I don't know. Last few days have kind of been a bit of a blur. Just a bit of it. Turn that down a bit
Most
more.
days tend to be a bit of a blur for you, young sir.
I'm not young. I'm old.
We are
Yes,
old now.
If you are not aware, I joined the 30 club in the past few days. Not enjoying it. I
Senility.
don't like this club.
It's
I wanna
senility taking effect early.
I want to leave this club. Why is that all the way down?
It may be early onset
That
Alzheimer's.
should be off. Alright, maybe that's a bit better now. Except that I still
So-
kind of can't hear myself.
I think I might be right with the early onset Alzheimer's over here.
Early onset Alzheimer's.
Yeah, it's just
Me?
yeah, you and the levels.
Oh, I do. I know. I was so prepared. It was weird today. I was like really prepared, and then suddenly the show started, and I wasn't prepared.
Well, considering you're kind of controlling the fact that the show started, this is not a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, we could have started late, so I could just actually adjust those levels. But I mean,
No, we're going to start early or on time and just adjust levels on the fly.
and just ramble and rabble while I do these things.
This isn't exactly an uncommon occurrence.
Yeah, because we're really professional around here at Goonbag Radio. Well, Nebs is pretty professional. The rest of us, not so much.
Not so much.
But yeah, this is in fact Chair Shots. It's not what you call this. Sorry, Chair Shots.
Chair shots.
Chair Shots, man.
No. This is
Chair
the
shots,
chair
man.
shots.
Chair Shots.
The chair shots.
Chair Shots. Say hello to the bad guy. We told him a chismo. So, do we have things to talk about this week?
We have
or
plenty
what shall
to
we?
talk
Shall we? What happened in the past week for you, Mr. Michael?
What have we done? Hey, me and my faithful co-host actually went to PAX.
Faithful co-host.
Oh, unfaithful co-host. This is
But
slutting
yes.
all around the place.
Yes.
And no, that's not slut shaming. I've heard that's a thing now.
What?
Slut shaming, yeah.
I have heard of this thing. What is slut shaming for the
Yeah,
masses?
naming and shaming sluts. People, apparently that's a bad thing now. I kind of thought you sort of did that anyway, but whatever.
Well,
No offense to any sluts out there, we all like sluts.
I believe it's intended to. It's basically not really sort of. It's often labelled for people that aren't sluts. I
Yeah,
think
but
that's part. That's kind of
I guess the whole thing is they're saying it's a double standard that you don't call guys sluts. But to be fair,
no. To be fair, my mother has called me a slut before.
well, you are a slut, but that's a different story. That's a story for another day.
And JP has sent me a message saying, "What was that?" I'm drunk. If you want Fjärverks, I'm your man.
Ooh, well, we do need
Fjärverks.
we need Fjärverks.
We need a whole lot of Fjärverks.
For favours.
Should we call him and get some Fjärverks now, perhaps?
I think I'm fairly sure this might be fireworks.
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 I'm going fireworks.
Fireworks.
Yes.
Fireworks.
He kind of turned a
Use
little.
discretion in the message.
Because I do actually have the phone.
It is fireworks.
I want fireworks.
I kind of want to hear this
I
fireworks.
do enjoy some fireworks.
We do need
What's
to
going
stay on topic though. 'cause
Yeah,
we're-
and I believe Coney's saying fuck the PAX. Why do you not like the PAX? Oh, is it because you didn't go?
yeah, I think that might be it. Well, Coney
Coney,
can't
I
exactly
told you-
show up in public places.
True. He can't.
He could have just said he was cosplaying as Coney.
Yes, exactly. Just come to PAX
The man
cosplaying
can't
as
break
Coney.
characters.
It's perfect.
That's it. He was cosplaying the whole time.
You should have come to PAX, brother. You would have really, really enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it quite thoroughly.
So as did I. For those who aren't aware, the thing we keep talking about, PAX, PAX, is the Penny Arcade Expo, which happened over the weekend, from Friday to Sunday.
It's still no, it's finished.
No,
now.
it's finished now.
There's no 11 o'clock.
It's
ending
basically
episode.
a video games, comics books expo.
Comic books? That was basically a big gig expo.
Not as much comics.
It's
more so
games. No, pretty much games. Not so
Pretty
much
much
video games, because the tabletop
Yeah, just games.
stuff
Because
is
PC
represented.
games, tabletop games, card games.
So, like, I was a low-level nerd. It was quite amazing.
Oh, Nobwen. Oh, I didn't. You should have told. I didn't realize Nobwen. I should have given him my number. I should have got with him there.
Yes.
But yeah, it was worth the $50, brother. It was worth it.
He's having a one-way conversation on a radio show. It's quite interesting. Those of you listening are probably thinking, "What the fuck is he responding to?"
Because
right
right
now
sent me a
he's-
message saying "fuck the PAX" and "fuck the $50."
Yeah, that's understandable. Some people don't have the $50.
True, but I think it was worth it.
It was well worth the
So
$50.
I guess since
It would be worth the $150 in 3 days.
He's got chicken and beer to buy.
Alright, true. He does have chicken and beer to buy, so
We all have chicken and beer to buy.
indeed. Maybe so. I guess maybe we'll talk about PAX, seeing as though we're on that.
So yeah, it was pretty amazing. I got to admit, like, it's funny being the least nerdy person in a room.
Yeah, it was kind of like me and Josh when we got there and we were waiting for you. We were just standing out the front, just looking like, yeah, we're kind of out of place in a sense here,
Well,
or
yeah,
in a
to
sense like not out of place, but kind of where on the scale of closer to normal compared to a lot of the people here.
Well, to be fair,
What is normal?
what is normal?
I mean, we're not normal.
Well, to be fair, I think Josh definitely was closer to normal.
Yeah,
You were in your element.
yeah. Fair bit.
Yeah.
Hey, Josh can nerd it up.
Yeah, but not as much as our fine hosts today.
Yeah. And you with your constant play while we were in the Dead or Alive 5 tournament, just like with your wrestling commentary. Oh, Tiger Suplex! Death Valley Driver!
It was a Tiger Driver 94.
Oh, Tiger Driver 94.
You
Sorry.
need to know.
Sorry.
Mitsuharu Misawa is
Sorry.
rolling in his grave right now. I
Look
watched
out.
Puroresu, okay?
Who?
Oh, sorry, I didn't say it right. Puroresu.
What?
It is the Japanese wrestling.
Puro
It's Mexican.
It's Lucha Libre.
Okay. Yes. Viva Lucha.
We did promise no wrestling talk today, so
Did we?
well, we did last week. We said we'll probably call it a bit.
Alright, yeah, I think, we
We'll try our
decided to
best.
dial it back slightly. But you yesterday, during the Dead or Alive 5
Well,
tournament,
it
constantly.
needed commentary.
It could use
It
commentary.
was very,
Dead or
very
Alive
quiet.
pretty
There was a
cool.
lot of nerds watching people fight.
Yeah. There should have been like a guy with
Virtually.
a mic there commentating.
Yes, I could have been that guy.
You should have been.
I
should have
would've-
grabbed a
I would've
mic.
enjoyed that.
Mike should have grabbed a mic.
Mike always grabs mics, but they don't like him.
We don't want to know what you do in your
It's,
personal
it's, you know,
time. We do not want to do
it gets cold at night. It gets cold at night, things happen.
No. And no, this is not an old winning in space. This is a new chair shots. Vatoshev Loco. I can see you. I see you. Word up to the people tuned in. Word up to the people in the chat room. Davis, Vatoshev, KRS, and Tarkus. I'm not familiar with Tarkus. What up, Tarkus?
What up? Yeah, exactly.
More about PAX. More. So, new games.
New
What-
games.
What were you excited by?
We had a nice little go at Mortal Kombat.
We
X,
did
didn't
have
we?
a bit of a go of Mortal Kombat X.
Yeah, it
with
was
the X.
Yes, the
Yeah.
X played
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat
Woo.
X, and he executionized me. It's
Not
not a
quite.
word.
I
but
didn't pull off the fatality because I didn't
That's
know
because
the
you didn't know the buttons. It was a close match, ladies and
It
gentlemen.
was. We did. I mean, there's a bunch of new characters in Mortal Kombat X. Mortal Kombat 10. Is it Mortal Kombat 10 or Mortal Kombat?
It's X. I'm
called
fairly sure it's X. Yeah.
I'm fairly sure it's officially X.
Yes. It's-
Even though it
it's-
is actually Mortal Kombat 10.
Is it?
I believe so, because the
wouldn't
last
know.
one was 9.
Yeah. Okay. There you go.
So,
Last time was just Mortal Kombat, wasn't it?
yes.
Either way, it's X.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat X. It has a bunch of new characters, but we didn't play as any of those. We just went back to the old school Scorpion versus Sub-Zero.
I was Sub-Zero, as I was.
Yes, Mike picked... Well, I wasn't going to go that way, but then Mike picked Sub-Zero, and I was like, well, there's only one thing for this.
You had to have an old school battle.
So Scorpion was chosen. We had an old school battle, and it's pretty damn cool the way the new game works. I enjoyed it. It's quite fluid, but in a sort of funny sense. Like, it was actually kind of really hard to connect with your opponent.
Yeah, it was. It was not easy to sort of
you
connect.
could just jump and evade so much, and it actually made it sort of really
They put
hard
a lot more system into the game.
Yeah, and I liked it. I enjoyed that fact that like you couldn't just throw out projectiles and etc. And romp shit because
it didn't matter.
Yeah, it didn't matter.
Yeah.
You could just.
Like, I was freezing the motherfucker. I didn't know what to do after.
Despite the fact that it's gone back to 2D with the last two installments. But despite that fact, there is a shitload of evasion involved, movement with involving the background, which we didn't really do a whole lot of. But I am led to believe there is a decent amount.
It was kind of tough to just, hey, here's a game. We don't know the controls.
Yeah, well,
play now.
Yeah, it was just kind of like, oh, fight. Okay, how do we freeze? How do we spear? Teleport, punch. Yeah. Just went for the old school shit.
Pretty much just used the stuff that we knew.
Yeah. Once I actually get the game, and I am absolutely sure that I will get this game, because I don't think there is a single Mortal Kombat. I'm pretty sure that I have owned every single Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, I would say I'm of the same ilk. I don't
know
think there is any
1,
Mortal
2,
Kombat that I haven't.
I think 4 is the only one.
I may have missed one of the 3D ones.
One of the 3D. Well, I had 1, 2, 3. I had 4 on PlayStation, and then after that was like Deadly Alliance.
Yes.
Then
Defiance?
Yeah. There's one in between there. There's Deadly Alliance, Defiance, and another one.
There was another one.
There's one in between there. And then Armageddon.
Yes, Armageddon.
And then Mortal Kombat 9 or Mortal Kombat.
Which is back to form, to be honest. The
other
one's kind of stuff.
I have owned every single...
there was also Mortal Kombat versus DC, wasn't there?
Yes, which I also owned.
Yes.
Yes, so, still, I hold to it. I have owned every...
Well, NetherRealm Games have done a good job.
I haven't owned every variation.
I don't think it's possible to have every
because there are a shitload of, like, especially
there
number 3, there was
Mortal
Trilogy
Kombat
and
Trilogy, Ultimate Trilogy, Ultimate
was...
Mortal Kombat Trilogy with Sub-Zero powers. It was just way too much.
It was all...
It's not quite as bad as a Capcom game, by the way.
Oh, Capcom.
Here's Ultimate Street Fighter. No, this is Ultimate Street Fighter 2, 3, 4,
5. What? No,
This is.
Oh yeah, it's still
this
Ultimate.
Is Ultimate Street
and
Fighter 4,
Street Fighter EX, and then
7.
Street Fighter Alpha, and
there was just way too many Street Fighters.
Yeah, they kind of lost track a bit. Yeah. Well, it was funny how like everyone was like, when are they going to get to 3, and then they did Street Fighter 0.
Yeah.
And just almost just to
that annoyed everyone.
Really,
it was pretty fun.
Poke the bear like.
Yeah. There's no 3. We're going back further. You all suck.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I remember back in the day.
On the same token, are you one of the few people who have played Street Fighter 1? Or Street Fighter?
Yes, I have played Street Fighter. It was on an emulator, though.
Yeah, okay. You didn't play it on arcade?
Never played it on arcade.
I'm the same. I did not play it on arcade, but I have played it on an emulator.
Well, I couldn't find it in arcade.
It
may have been before my time.
I think it may have been at least somewhere.
Or at least not as popular as 2 was, basically.
Not as popular as 1?
As 2.
2,
yeah.
Well, 2
was
changed
widely,
the game.
Yeah, it really did. Yeah. Well, 2 and Mortal Kombat, they kind of
Well, 2
coincided.
started it, and then Mortal Kombat
finished it.
Yeah, finished it. Well put, sir.
Finish him.
So yeah, Mortal Kombat X. I
enjoyed
looking forward to
quite. Yeah, WWE 2K15 was another game we actually had a game of.
What are your
and
thoughts
this
on
little
that?
prick over here beat me again.
Yes, I am the champion.
I have no idea how I lost as Antonio Cesaro. Sorry, just Cesaro.
Yes,
just
I beat Cesaro as Goldust.
As Goldust.
Let's see that happen on Raw.
Yeah.
Come on.
It probably won't.
Do it. Have Goldust beat Cesaro.
I can tell you that won't happen in 5 different languages.
Go on then. I know you can do it.
Most of them would be English. Just different types of English. I think that's
fluent gibberish.
I think we all
jive.
You like the That scene in the movie Aeroplane.
Yes.
Yeah.
I speak Joe.
I speak Joe. You know that wax sister. Quite funny, an old white lady speaking Joe.
Yeah.
So yeah, WWE 2K15 was actually pretty good as well.
So the last one I played was 13.
Yeah, I don't think 14
compared
was
to
that
I'm not
different.
sure if it was in settings or that's just the way the game is now, but it definitely felt a lot slower.
Yeah, it was very slow paced.
It felt incredibly slow, probably a bit too slow.
It was a lot of chain wrestling, which is weird.
But the chain wrestling kind of I enjoyed.
Yeah, it was good.
I
It
enjoyed
was
that.
like
They-
a UFC game.
Yeah, they made it
Yeah.
a bit more like a UFC game with the chain wrestling. Like basically, once you start a grapple, you have to sort of jostle for control.
Yeah.
And even though you've initiated grapple, you're not going to necessarily end up with the person ripping out the move.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed that and allowing for sort of constant reversals. And I mean, like, when you watch wrestling on TV, that's the kind of stuff that makes things exciting.
Yeah,
like
and
the
it's a bit
constant
more
reversal.
like that. And I did like that. I just think maybe it was
I
also
think the
because
pace definitely...
it was
I mean,
two amateurs playing as
it
well.
definitely-
We didn't really know the
I'm not
buttons
sure.
that
I'm
well.
kind of hoping that it's in the settings that was adjusted to be that slow, because I'm hoping you can adjust it to be just a bit quicker pace than it was.
I do think it's worth a buy though, just
Oh.
from like playing it a little. It was very much something that it deserves to be be encouraged. Because honestly, if you played SmackDown, every WWE game has
the
felt
SmackDown
exactly
versus
the
Raw
same
games. Yeah.
since roughly SmackDown versus Raw 2006.
Yeah, well, they have actually kind of switched it up.
Yeah, and that's good. That's a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, they don't. Of course, they want to, but they don't need to bring one out every year.
No, they really don't.
They really, and I mean, I didn't get 13 till well late in the piece.
Yeah.
No desire to get 14.
And the weird
And
thing
it's
is,
kind of, I mean, I've still got some playing, I guess, to do out of 13, so...
I think yearly patches would be fine.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. If you're going to do... And I mean, fuck, make people pay for it.
20, 30 bucks,
But,
that's fine.
yeah, just $20 for a yearly patch, all the new content.
New
Thing.
rosters.
Yeah, just... I think that would probably be better than just having people to buy a whole new game just for a bit of new content.
But I guess the difference is 30 bucks or 70.
But I mean, the thing is, I think you'd get a lot more people doing that, just basically upgrading every year. I mean,
Possibly.
Street Fighter 4 have actually done that. I don't know if you noticed on 360 and Steam, if you've got previous versions of Street
Yeah,
Fighter 4,
it's cheaper.
you can simply update it to
Yeah.
Super Street Fighter 4 or Ultra.
Ultra. Is it Ultra or Ultimate
Or,
now?
well,
I
there was,
have no
sorry,
idea.
there's been 3 updates.
Yeah. Each more
Super was the first
nonsensical than the
update,
last.
then Super Arcade Edition, and now Ultra. Yeah, they're
Of
doing
course.
what they did with 2.
It's getting beyond the joke. It really is.
But at the least, yeah, they're doing that. They're just offering that as
It's
just an...
still
I mean,
frustrating
on the same
as all
token,
hell.
they are at the same time marketing, selling that as
Yeah.
a standalone game, but to people who have bought
yeah, you can get it for like
the
20
early
bucks.
versions, you can just upgrade. And I think that's a good idea.
Yeah,
I think and more games should do that. Like,
that's a bad
fuck,
idea.
put out the new game, have the new box, etc. For people who don't have the previous versions, buy the new game. But if you have the previous version, just offer that fucking like discount upgrade. Especially with how consoles these days, I mean, I don't. I still have a fucking 16 gig drive. But most people these days have like a 120 gig drive or more. A
yeah.
lot of people.
I think I've got
And
that
a lot of
120.
people download games just to their hard drive.
Yeah,
So, offer both.
it's fine with me.
Offer both. Offer the new in the box one.
That's what they
a
should
bit
do.
like how they do with Game of the Year editions. Although it's a bit of a cop out in a sense.
Oh,
that-
Game of the Year editions.
in a sense, with that, like I kind of just wait for the Game of the Year edition rather than
It
buying the
does
original
not
game
make sense
and
at all.
paying for the DLCs.
Yeah.
Well,
And,
at
and-
least-
and
at
when
least-
you said DLCs, that is true.
Oh yeah,
Cs.
C's
More than
plural,
one.
plural.
The-
Because and season passes.
I better stop before I
Bullshit.
start turning into
Season
frickin-
passes are absolute bullshit.
Yeah,
'Cause
I don't want to start to turn into
you're paying
Jim
for
Sterling,
content
so
that you don't even know. Yeah, we are turning into Jim Sterling.
Jim Sterling,
right now.
and it's fucking true.
It's so true, though.
Season passes are the dumbest thing I've ever fucking heard of.
They're
You're paying someone after you've just bought the game.
Yeah, after you bought the game, for more content
For
that
more
should
content.
have probably been there in the first place.
Yeah, not only should it be in the first place, but the promise of new content.
Not only that, and I mentioned this...
You don't even know what it is yet.
Yeah, I mentioned this at PAX. We were chatting about this at one point.
Yes.
And I mentioned that often enough, this new content is not even...
It's
The
like an
content
extra
is
hour
already
game.
No, the content is
already on
already
disc, yes.
there.
Yeah.
The content is already on the disc. All you're doing is downloading a patch to make that content accessible.
Yeah. When you download DLC and it's 512 kilobytes,
When it's like less
that's
than
already
a
on the
DLC,
fucking disc.
That shit's already on the disc. They just locked that content,
yeah,
so you can't get it unless you pay them more money to get the DLC.
yeah. So they like to just bring out finished games.
And this is commonplace these days.
Yeah, it's pretty much done by all the big publishers except for maybe Nintendo. They are the only ones who haven't really done
Nintendo
that.
games don't really seem to have.
No,
a lot of
Nintendo games
DLC.
tend to be complete.
But the other thing is like Street Fighter, if you're going to do sort of, I guess, in a sense, DLC, those upgrades, make it a full fucking upgrade, like
Yeah.
new characters, etc., etc., and no season pass. You know what you are paying for. You get what
Yeah.
you pay for. This is it. $10, bang.
Not, hey, I'm going to pay for the promise of new content, even though we're not
Yeah.
sure what it's going to be yet.
Yeah, and in a sense, like also that shit, Game of the Year editions, like they're kind of cool, but in the sense, like that should have just
Why
been
wasn't that the first game?
edition?
Yeah, why wasn't that just the game?
Yeah.
I remember back in the day when you bought a game, you had to unlock things.
Yeah.
When's the last time you unlocked something in a video game?
True.
It's been so fucking
You
long.
unlock achievements.
I remember when you had to play when you bought Street Fighter back in the day, and you unlocked new characters.
Like Street Fighter.
No, not Street Fighter. More Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat. You'd unlock new characters.
I suppose I did buy the complete edition,
Yeah.
but were some characters unlockable? You
There
had the
were a
original.
couple. There were a couple.
There were a couple that
Yeah.
were unlockable.
Yeah. So they did keep that.
Some
little
games are
bit
still
more.
fighting games are great for it. Well,
They
some
were.
of them still are.
They were.
Dead or Alive still does it. Tekken still does it.
Unless you get like the complete editions, which just give you everything.
Well, see, that
Which
was
I
half
like.
the fun with Tekken,
Yeah.
like going through unlocking like fucking
Getting
50
endings.
characters.
Yeah. Getting endings.
Remember Tekken 2, or was it Tekken? Was it 2 or 3 that just had I think it was 2. It had like 20 unlockable characters.
Yeah,
and you
yeah,
had
yeah,
to
yeah.
go through and beat the game with basically every character that was there at the start to unlock their sub boss, and then beat the game with all the sub bosses to unlock the proper boss, and then beat the game with the proper boss to unlock the super boss.
Yeah, good old Super Boss.
I love Tekken 2 was oh man, Tekken 2.
Well,
was
Soul
so
Calibur
great.
was another one that
Soul
that had-
Calibur was good,
yeah, that used
but
to
games
have-
these days aren't so great with the unlockables.
No, and it's getting really annoying.
And I always enjoyed the unlockables.
Well, I remember when I used to, even sports games back in the day. Yes, EA, evil old EA. I remember when I used to buy a FIFA, and there was unlockable super teams.
True.
Yeah, same thing with basketball games,
Yeah.
NBA Jam and shit like that. You'd unlock a team, or
I
you'd
must say,
unlock a
sport
new.
games just kind of just don't do it for me.
They've just
anymore.
become evil.
There's just nothing to
I
them.
think the 2K games are still really good.
I mean, they're great games, but there's just
Nothing to them. You wouldn't buy one every year.
Because in a sense that everything's just there, presented to you, there's nothing to kind of work
you
for. It's like,
playing.
okay, yeah, do a season.
Why?
Why?
Yeah, true. Fair point. Fair point. There's nothing really pushing you along. I can understand.
And I mean, I'm the kind of gamer that always kind of needed like goals and sort of things to unlock.
Gamer or person?
To replay, to keep playing the game. Otherwise, like, I mean, all those fighting games that I spent so much time on, I might not have spent so much time on if I wasn't there unlocking every fucking thing.
Yeah. That's a
like
fair
I
point.
might have just gone through the game once. It's like, okay, I beat the game.
Yeah,
moving on.
and that was my hour spent on that game. Yeah.
But because there was all these characters to unlock with Soul
I need
Calibur,
to
there
get
was
all
this-
of them.
With the old Soul Colors, there was this huge Edge Master mode to go through. It was like, that kept me playing that game.
Get all of the characters.
Get all the weapons and
That was the worst thing with the Soul Calibur games.
I love that shit.
It was like, hey, spend 100 hours getting all these weapons.
Well, see, that's
Still to this day is the longest amount of time I've spent on a game was a fighting game.
I enjoyed that shit. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, like the longest amount of time I've ever spent playing a game was a fighting game.
I suppose on the other token,
Some people
don't enjoy that stuff, and
Yeah.
I will pay to unlock stuff and want everything to be there. Like, why do I have to unlock these things and grind?
Yeah. I do think that they,
In a sense,
they've
well, I
sort
don't know.
of
In
done
some
that a
games,
bit
the
more.
grinding is grinding.
Well, if
but-
anyone actually talking about that, this may be something that might go above your head. Anyone who's played Destiny, why? I have the game. I've played a bit of it, and it's just basically Halo with level grinding.
I see.
So
Yeah.
you've taken something that is okay, fun, you know.
Yeah, well, see, in a sense, like, I like leveling up and things being obtainable as you move on, like, progressing.
Yeah.
But, like, MMOs shit me because they just never end. I
Yeah,
can't
and that's
play
kind of
MMOs
how the
anymore.
way they've sort of gone with Destiny.
Yeah, too many games do that, just these never-ending games.
I don't know. It just leaves a bad
yeah, I
taste in
just-
mouth. If you're going to talk about leveling up, there needs to be a vaguely Japanesey
Yeah.
motif with big
Yeah, well, I don't
hair
mind the
and
whole
massive
leveling up in, like,
swords.
the whole JRPGs, where it's like, you have a goal. Eventually, you're leveling up so that you can beat the boss, or in the sense
Well,
of
that's
Final
kinda what
Fantasy
you're
games,
doing,
leveling
but-
up even more so that you can beat the secret boss.
Yeah.
Damn
Plus,
you, Ruby
I don't know.
weapon.
I tend to be a very antisocial gamer, so maybe I'm the wrong target audience for a game like that. Yeah. If I play a game, I'd like to be either in the room with the person I'm playing with,
Yeah.
or playing by myself.
I'm saying, like, finding games like, I enjoy that. It's like,
Yeah.
you have this progression, and in a sense, like, your characters never get better, but you unlock new characters, new fighting styles. That's cool to me.
New costumes. Remember when you used to actually unlock new costumes?
Yeah,
not
well,
buy new costumes?
I may or may not have been playing DRA 5 again to unlock more costumes. And, I mean...
more costumes, but less
But DRA
fabric.
5, yeah...
I remember when that game
there
was
may
all
be
about the boobs.
ulterior motives in the unlocking of costumes in that game.
Game was all about the boobs.
And I really need to get DOA 5 Ultimate.
Yeah, I think we may have to procure that game at one
At the
stage.
least, like, because the fact that I saw like 6 characters that aren't in.
No, they're
the
not.
original
There's more
DOA
than 6
5.
characters. I'd say
I
there'd
want
be
these
roughly
characters.
6
Like,
to
who the
8
fuck's
characters.
Memoji? I want to play
It's
as her.
Memoji. You don't know Memoji?
I don't know Memoji. And
Bitch don't know Memoji.
I want to know her.
Oh,
I
well,
want to know her.
in the carnal sense? Just a video game.
Shut up, you
Just
some
a video
damn,
game.
damn fine polygons.
Talk about just a video game and fine polygons. PAX.
Yes, we were talking about PAX.
What did you think of the cosplay?
Are we moving on to that? Okay, enough now.
We've
Anything
pretty
more
much
we wanna
talked
say
about the new games.
I suppose the only other new game, which I actually didn't get to play, but I wanted to, but I saw a lot about it, and it looked pretty damn cool what I saw. That Battle Cry game.
Yeah, Battlecry looked cool. It was sort of an MMO walk around, kill motherfuckers.
Yeah, it sort of looked like
And
a
not
bit
necessarily
of
with guns, more with
it
swords.
kind of looked like basically a Borderlands, but with
Dynasty
swords,
Warriors Borderlands sort of
Dynasty
crossover.
Warriors sword- yeah.
It looked pretty cool. I liked the looks of it.
Yeah.
We'll check it out when it comes out, I guess.
Yes.
And Sunset Overdrive looked pretty cool too. Again, did not get to play it because the lines were almost stretching to my house. So I thought, fuck that, I'm going to go play some video games.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much what I did. And stare at cosplay.
Yes.
That
There
was
was
a
a lot-
seamless transition.
Seamless. So yeah, cosplay. Incredibly.
First, can I just get this off my chest? Guys, don't dress up as female characters.
Yeah, don't do that.
Just
Don't do that.
For those who don't know what cosplay is, it's a Japanese term, costume play. Basically, it's dressing up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So dressing up, like
As
going in costume,
anime, video game,
costuming,
movie, whatever.
I'm okay with this. But guys dressing up as
Guys,
chicks,
just don't dress up as Sailor Moon.
yeah, just don't do that.
We were making jokes about it, and then we actually saw it, which was the worst thing.
There were 5 of them. They were the whole Sailor Scouts.
And if you're gonna dress up as Sailor Moon, at least shave your beard.
I think that was part of the joke, quotation
Yeah,
marks.
it's no longer a joke when I can see your testicles from behind.
Yeah.
It's wrong. It's just wrong.
Yeah.
I say wrong. Terribly wrong.
Yeah. And I mean, on the same token, I don't know, for some reason the other way around kind of works, because
Yeah,
I
female
realised, like,
versions of male characters
I
are
realised
kinda
one
cool.
of the photos I took was a lady version of Duke Nukem.
Yeah, it's,
I approved of this.
Our fearless co-host was a bit of the, shall we say,
Paparazzo.
pervy wanker of the group.
What? I'm allowed to take photos?
We were all perving, it's true.
I did last year.
But someone took it a little bit further and started taking photos. Which was kind of weird because most of the females were quite happy to oblige.
Yeah, well, see, that's the reason why. Because I realised last year that, yeah, they are happy to oblige.
Very happy.
Anyone
to
in
oblige.
costume is pretty much happy to... And I mean, to be fair, I didn't just take photos of females.
It was pretty
I
much
took-
all females.
Almost.
There
But-
was a Deadpool in
I
there, but
took-
he was with a female.
And Scorpion. Scorpion wasn't...
All right, we'll give you Scorpion.
Scorpion
was
he
the
was
only
just
non-female.
fucking cool.
Yeah, right.
That
Scorpion
was a
looked
fucking cool Scorpion
Yeah.
costume.
Yeah, it was.
So I took a
Actually
photo.
looked vaguely like Scorpion.
Yeah, he just like was walking past me. I was like,
Slightly
whoa,
short though.
Scorpion. Hey, dude.
Would have thought Scorpion would have been a bit taller, but otherwise, perfect.
And then it was funny. Immediately after
We saw
taking a
Fat
photo
Sub-Zero.
of Scorpion, we saw a far less well done
Husky Sub-Zero.
Who, yeah, the costume wasn't as good, and Sub-Zero had really let himself go.
Sub with maybe a beer belly, or maybe even a Sub-Zero belly.
Yeah.
Remember the drink Sub-Zero from the 90s?
Yeah.
I think he's
And
the
I
guy
mean,
that,
come on, like,
ended up with a
I'm
stockpile.
just saying, like, people. I mean, there are some more chubby, rounder characters.
I am one of those chubby type people.
But I mean,
you
characters.
choose.
Characters. I mean, there's not as many, but there are such characters in the realms
Yes.
of anime, games,
There are
comics,
plenty.
etc. Choose a character that fits your body type.
Yeah.
And I mean, that includes the whole guys dressing up as
Yes.
girls thing. Choose a character that fits your body type. I.e., if you're a male, choose... Well, I don't know. If you're a male, choose a male character. But
Oh, we have a
if
phone
you're
call.
a female, just... And you have a nice body type, go as whatever the hell you want.
With as little clothes as possible.
Alright, so we have a call here from Mr. J. Pizzle. Yo, can you hear us?
Dude,
What's going on, brother? How you doing?
good. The last thing I heard was like rounded goat characters.
Goat characters?
Good characters.
Yeah, because there's like a bit of a delay with the radio show.
A bit of a delay? Oh, well, I know there's a delay.
There's a
but I-
delay from what you're saying to what I hear.
I think I don't remember saying anything about goats though.
I think that
You're
may have
talking
been an
about
auditory
cosplay.
hallucination.
Yeah, we are talking about cosplay. I didn't
Yes.
see anyone dressed as a goat. Did you?
No
There was
Mr.
a shop
Thomases
selling-
were there.
There was a shop selling goat heads.
There were goat heads and horse heads.
Yeah, there we go. I was interested in Lady Duke Nukem, like you were talking about.
Yes,
It was a decent look.
She was interesting.
Yes.
I originally thought she might have been Lady Deadpool without the mask, but
No, it was Duke Nukem.
Yeah.
It was definitely Duke Nukem.
I was told this by a friend of mine that it was in fact Lady Duke.
Lady
Nukem.
Duke Nukem?
Apparently, the cigar gave it away.
Well, there you go. She came to
To
kick
be
ass
fair,
and chew
I mean,
bubblegum. All
And,
out of
I
bubblegum.
mean, no offense to Lady Duke Nukem, but I was kind of distracted by Cammy.
Yeah, no, I was very distracted by Cammy.
You were
yeah.
distracted by
You're-
Cammy too?
Specifically your photo of Cammy that
Oh.
you posted.
It was quite the angle.
Hey, I
It
didn't
was
even.
quite the angle.
I just like there was me and like two other people, or maybe one other person taking a photo, and I just happened to be standing where I was, and
Yeah,
she
you
kind of
definitely-
turned to sort of
That
face
po-
the other
that-
person.
yeah.
I was
Sure,
like,
she did.
And I took the photo, and then she kind of turned to face me, and I was just like, nah, cool, I've already got the photo.
And when he means the photo.
You grabbed the appropriate 45-degree angle there.
Yes. Yeah, it was, I mean, it wasn't too far. It wasn't too far in the realms of, like, that creepy.
I think he partially wanted to grab the 45-degree angle.
What I wanted to bring up was the men dressing as women thing. That's cool, man. Some men just want to dress like women, and that's okay.
In public?
In public. Anywhere you want.
Okay.
At home, in public, in a room with chains, whatever you want. Like, it's fine.
In a room with chains, I have no problem with. That's what
you
gets
approve of the 5 guys dressed as the Sailor Scouts?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. That's pretty serious.
That was fairly serious.
That's how serious it got, man.
Most with beards.
I would, with beards too, cool. Yes. But I really want...
Well, JP has a fine beard, so he approves of
I
beard.
No, I have the greatest beard.
Yes.
Well, picture yourself dressed as Sailor Mars.
JP has a supreme beard.
It is a supreme beard.
I would be Sailor Moon to start with.
I'm not so sure. By the colouring, I think Sailor Mars might suit better.
No, yeah, true. You're right there. Mike.
You were saying?
What, I'm sorry. I'm listening to like a bit of delay in the background.
I apologise.
Don't worry about that in the background. Just listen to us.
No, that's true. Everyone should be allowed to get their freak on any which way they want.
Okay. It wasn't Sexpo though. It was PAX.
It was PAX. Yeah.
Within limits.
Within limits. Yeah. It was pretty decent. It was quite funny.
Yeah, I was amused by this. At least a little.
We did have quite the belly laugh, I gotta admit.
Sorry? You were about to say something, sir?
I believe we wanted to talk about the woman walking in New York video.
We were. We weren't planning on talking about that just as yet.
Okay, what do you want to talk about? You want to talk about wrestling? After the break. There's a break?
Yeah, how about we go to a break, we'll play some music, and we'll give you a call back, eh?
That sounds good.
Alright?
No, we'll keep the JP on.
Alright, cheers.
Back by popular demand.
Damn right.
Peace.
Alright, we'll call you back soon, brother. Peace. So yeah, on the offset to what we are going to talk about that
discussion.
On the offset to that, we saw many women walking around PAX that had seemingly no problem being complimented a whole lot and were wearing things that were definitely compliment worthy.
Yeah, female Captain America took my eye.
She did but didn't. Because I think she may have been borderline.
Borderline?
As in, possibly too young.
Yeah, whoa. I said took my eye.
Yeah.
That's all that was taken. There was nothing borderline about it.
Yeah.
Borderline. There's always problems with that. You can never tell someone's age when they're in costume.
Yeah, and especially, it was... It sort of... I had to be reminded by the fact that I had an R18 band on my wrist that some people were not over 18, including some of the scantily clad females, and a few of them it was just like, okay, cool, don't look too hard.
Yes, and that's what you do. You
like,
try your best.
Cammy and Lady Deadpool, I was pretty sure they were cool.
Yeah, they had the R18 band,
so we're good.
So we're good.
See, that's what I should have been looking for.
That's it.
I should have been looking for the band.
Next year, that's what we're looking for.
Look for the band. Bands. If I see that black band, we're good.
Yes, bands and wedding rings.
If it's a red band, stay away.
No more red band.
Go away from me, woman.
Goodbye, red band.
Be gone. Be gone. I mean, girl, be gone with you.
Be gone. And I'm not looking when you're leaving.
Yes, not look. No.
Okay, a peek. No.
Go away. Stop it.
Jailbait is only jailbait if you do something about it.
Yes. Alright, so...
on that note,
we shall go to some music, which I shall choose at random. And then... Oh, should I really... Yeah, why the fuck not? I'll play that, which is sort of ironic considering what we were just talking about. But I'm going to play that. and then we'll be back and we'll call JP and we'll talk about this little clip that we've seen.
Yeah. Actually, maybe we want to
making the
tell the
rounds.
listeners to look at the clip if they want to.
Yes. I got the audio, so I'm going to play the clip at least.
Okay, we'll do that.
And then people can watch it if they want to
Actually,
see what happens.
Let's be honest. We'll tell the listener that there's the clip.
Yes.
Because there's only one.
All right.
There's at least one.
Anyway.
Hopefully there's one.
Music. Stay tuned.
Just be talking to ourselves.
We're still here.
Hi, I'm Jeremy Clarkson, and I'm so old school I was around way before Bismarcky was just a friend.
Alrighty, right. Welcome back, ladies and gents. This is, of course, Chair Shots on your Sunday night Goonbag radio.
Was that an attempt to make it sound more exciting?
Yes.
A bad one.
Did it?
The
No?
That was
Fail?
it was kind of creepy.
I think maybe that was what I was going
on the
for.
topic of creepy.
There you go, seamless
Okay.
transitions.
Seamless. On the topic of creepy, and I will play these things. I'll tune out the music in a bit so I can play it. But
Good luck with that.
recently this clip has been getting around, labeled. What's it? 10 hours.
10 hours walking in NYC as a
yeah,
woman,
as a
something
woman.
like that.
Yes, and this clip involves a woman, and I mean, I suppose she's a decent looker. I mean, not.
Oh, she was quite attractive.
She's
I
quite
thought.
attractive.
Yeah.
I mean, not like supermodel, I guess, but quite attractive.
I wouldn't. Yeah.
She's wearing just like a black t-shirt,
Yeah, pretty much just
Slim
normal
jeans.
clothes, just
Fairly
t-shirt
normal
jeans.
clothes.
Like, all right, they were form-fitting, but they weren't like
nothing.
they weren't like super tight or anything.
Nothing like what we saw at PAX.
Yeah, it was
Not even close.
very different to what you'd expect. Yeah, like it was just normal everyday.
And surprisingly,
women's
I'm
clothes.
surprised there wasn't more creepiness going on at PAX.
I think
And there
enough.
probably was, but I just was more engrossed in my own creepiness and trying not to be too creepy that I didn't notice what anyone else was doing.
I think of the people we're with, you're probably the most creepy of the bunch. Which is quite hard when I'm there.
It's what I do.
It is.
Ah,
You were both the most nerdy of us and the creepiest.
I'm the Mark Henry of creepiness. That's what I do.
or the Chris Jericho. You were you were the best at creepiness of whatever you do.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Anyway,
What?
it doesn't work. That was just a terrible fucking joke. I'm quite happy to say it.
Truly. So yeah,
it's a fucking horrible
10
one.
hours walking through New York City
Yeah.
as a woman.
Yeah.
I'll let this be.
If anyone wants to see the clip, they can
Yeah,
check
if
it
anyone
out.
wants to see the clip, they can check it on YouTube. I'm going to play the audio.
We got
from
some
the clip.
audio of it.
So, I guess what I'll do, I'll drop that out and put the audio on. Eh? Alright, so this is going to be the audio. Listen! Hey, listen! How you doing today? Wow. That's not good. Wow. What's up, beautiful? Have a good day. Hey, what's up, girl? How you doing? Somebody's acknowledging you. They're beautiful. She's an angel. Hey, baby. Hey, beautiful. How are you this morning?
Have a nice evening.
Hey. Damn.
I'm beautiful. God bless. You're sexy say, American Eagle. Hello, good morning. God bless you. Have a good day, all right?
Doing good?
Hey, look at that. $5,000.
You want to talk? Huh? We can't be friends or nothing. You don't speak. If I give you my number, you can talk to me? No? Too ugly for you? What's up, man?
How you doing?
Have a nice evening, dog.
Okay, so to put some context,
Yeah,
to
there
what you
was.
just heard,
It was kind of hard
I
without
possibly did.
context.
It was a bit hard to work out what that was all about without context. So I recommend watching the clip on YouTube if you are interested in this topic. But basically, what that was this woman walking through New York City for 10 hours, and that was apparently the worst of the harassment which she got.
That was definitely the worst of the harassment in
Verbal form.
form.
Mind you, if you watch the clip, you'll see there are definitely two guys that are most definitely creepy in physical form because they are following her for a good, at least 5 minutes.
There was one dude that just followed her silently for 5 minutes. And
That's
it's just,
creepy as fuck.
It
So,
was really creepy.
If you are a guy inclined to do that,
Kill yourself.
don't do that. Or kill yourself. But at least don't do that.
Yeah, just don't do that.
However, my sort of opinion on this is that I think it's a bit making a bit too much out of some of it. Basically, because I think a lot of it is essentially people saying hello.
Yeah.
And as we'll call JP in a moment, or maybe I should call him now. I'll get him on the line as I'm rambling.
JP,
But as JP was saying, people in New York are generally a lot more forward than they are around here.
Of people who have been in New York. I have actually been
So
to New York, and that tends to be my experience of the populace.
So while I am sure...
Optus to Optus call.
It's an Optus to Optus call. Makes us free.
Damn you, Optus.
Damn you.
Giving us free service.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. So, yes, as we were just mentioning you may not have heard this because you've got
I have,
a bit
I've
of a
been
delay.
listening. I've been listening.
So, yeah, as you were telling me, people in New York are a bit more forward than they are here. Would you like to elaborate on that a bit?
Oh, totally. I would love to elaborate. I went. I was in New York. Let me just give me a second. I got to turn in us from 10 seconds ago. There we go. All right. So,
It's like time travel.
time travel. Yeah, I'm Marty McFlying it over here.
Does that make me dark?
What?
Marty!
Does that make you Christopher Lloyd?
Yeah, well.
Gadzooks.
Gadzooks, Marty!
1.2... Is it 1.2?
1.2 gigawatts!
Yeah.
Fucking hoverboard, man. Where is our fucking hoverboard?
Shut up, Seth Century, you pop rap pussy.
Seth? Oh, yeah. Sorry, continue.
I actually really like Seth. I take that back.
I personally am not much of a fan, but continue.
I'm a fan of the person, not the music.
Don't retract the statement. Fair enough. I have not met the person, just heard the music.
No, he was really nice to me in Perth one time. Okay. Anyway, we're not talking about that. We're talking about the video on the internet. New York. I was there 2 times for an extended period of time with my at-time fiance and then wife. She got hit on constantly in my presence.
I see.
What part of New York were you in?
We were in the Bronx one time.
Yeah.
We just left the Bronx Zoo and we walked past 2 Latino guys who were sitting on milk crates, chilling, And,
As you do.
As you do. And as we walked past, they were like, damn, she's fine.
Yeah.
And I was like, fair enough.
Latinos on milk crates, that's your first warning.
Yeah. When you see people sitting on milk... Funnily enough, some filming we did for your... a little visual thing that you were putting
Wolf
together
whistle
recently.
was imminent.
We were sitting on milk crates.
Yeah,
and you came up to us.
And I believe chaps, when I walked past, was like, damn, he's fine.
Well, he's only human.
I can actually send you some footage of that too later, Bob, if you want to check it out.
Word. Who's Bob?
Michael Boberson.
Yes. So, yeah, New York? Latino
New York,
guys?
Yes.
I was in bars where dudes would come up and they'd be like, this is an actual quote that someone said to, at the time, my wife, still my wife, but at the time, brand new wife, went up to her while I was in the bathroom and said, I'd like to spend time with you if you'd like to spend time with me.
Oh.
I walked back with my...
I've heard more offensive pickup lines.
Yeah, I walked back with my tallness and my beard, and this guy left promptly.
Well, see, that's, I mean, I've seen that,
Yeah.
I mean... Yeah,
I do think it's more of a New York thing, though. I got to agree with you.
I've seen
New
this
York
happen.
is a very-
I sort of don't want to say my story just because I don't want to say certain things about it. But,
don't get me wrong, it will happen anyway.
But I walked away from someone for a moment, and someone else decided to sit next to them and chat them up.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't hear what was said, but I got the body language.
I do notice that it's sort of less in Melbourne, mostly because you'd get glassed if the boyfriend comes back.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah.
That definitely happens.
It's more of a pickup culture in the US.
Yeah, oh, no, they're very forward. They're very, very forward people.
Gets you in on it.
If exactly, and if they like, they're Americans. They want to get it done. They want to get it done quick. They want
Minimal damage.
force, minimal
I've
collateral
heard, like,
damage.
the New York sort of
Was it a surge?
culture is very bang, bang, bang.
Yeah, it's like, hey,
Point
fuck
A,
you,
point
I'm
B,
coming
point
through,
C.
bro.
Wait.
Hey, no time to fuck around.
Mm-hmm.
Have we completely ignored the fact that that's kind of how they act?
And New York minute
everything?
is about 5 Australian seconds.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. It's just, honestly, like, that is a US thing. They're very much... I feel like I'm generalizing a whole freaking country.
Well,
It's not
True.
not something that you should do,
No,
I
it's not,
guess.
because the middle of America is
very
like...
different.
I know.
I
The middle of America is like Queensland.
The South are very sophisticated.
What, you have a problem with the redness of their necks?
Yes. No. The red, like, I'm from Irish stock. I go red as fuck if I stand in the sun. There's nothing wrong with rednecks. I'm just talking about a certain
I think there's definitely...
religious.
Yeah, you've basically got your sort of white rednecks in the sort of middle of their country that kind of have their God and their guns and their...
I'm just going to go out there and say nuke Middle America.
That is going out there.
Wasn't that tried once before?
Nuke the whales.
I think a tribe
Wanna do
called
something?
Quest did a song called that back in the day.
Kanye West did a song called that.
Yeah, it was called.
Was it
Bush
that his
doesn't like
that his
black
wife
people.
isn't a hobbit?
I'm actually becoming a big fan of Kanye.
I was a fan of Kanye. I'm becoming a big detractor.
I never liked
detractor.
Kanye. I never will like Kanye. He can go suck a fucking cock. I don't care.
Are you saying that with the utmost?
He totally would, and he'd do
mean
it just
suck
to
a
fight
fish
you,
stick?
Michael.
Well, he'd suck his own cock if he could.
No, fish stick.
He's fish stick.
Yeah.
Fish sticks.
Put it this way: if Kanye had a bath, he saves that water so he can drink it later. Like that motherfucker loves him some Kanye.
I'd bottle some Kanye water and sell it.
You'd probably get decent prices on eBay. So
Is there some way that we can turn this back into wrestling? Because that's...
You want to talk about CM
we
Punk?
still haven't officially.
can we talk about Punk? Can we?
I think we'll save that for next week because we killed it on
we-
the wrestling last week.
We destroyed it.
Finally about next week. I've been talking with my wife. We talked about the video, and I will come back to the video, but I'm going to come down next week. Let's make next week. I'm going to come to Sunshine.
Okay.
Next week it'll be the CM Punk episode.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
And the entire time I will tweet CM Punk with our questions.
All right. So
And
ask
his wife.
questions to CM Punk that he will never answer.
I have no
Yeah,
idea why you're
directly.
coming to Sunshine. Where's that? I've never been there before.
Next Sunday. I mean, I'm coming to the Goon Saloon, or whatever the fuck you want to
House
call
of
it.
Horus, we call
House
it.
of Horus. I've been there. I've recorded a whole EP there. You should buy it. It's called Grumpy Old Man, coming out 2000
Promo.
Shameless plug. Shameless plug.
Hey, it's coming out on Wandering Soul Music, so we'll allow it.
Still shameless and still a plug.
Shameless. It's a shameless plug. It's a project to the face.
Also, on the sort of the segue, the tangent that we've gone on, Sandiver series, I approve.
Sandover series.
I approve of this. Just have Sandow versus Sandow versus Sandow in every match,
Sound Dowie Vice.
and have him come out as imitating every other wrestler on the roster.
We really can't
Yeah.
trust ourselves not to talk about wrestling, can we?
Didn't he do HBK?
Did he? Did he do
Yeah,
HBK?
he did. I don't know what it was called. He did HBK though. He did that, like the cowboy hat and the whole bit. He did that. And I'd like to see him do a version of Bret Hart and then watch both of them fight each other.
In Montreal.
Oh yes, definitely.
Oh,
In the town square, not at the stadium, at like the town square.
Okay, back to the topic at hand.
Yes, we have gone
sorry.
strained so far away from this topic. It's,
Yes.
it's
I
now
did it.
longer.
I got us onto wrestling. I
Lady
did
walking
my job.
through New York City,
Yeah.
10 hours.
Look, the point that needs to be made is that it's not about the individual, like some of the individual things where the men are like, hey, you're beautiful, have a nice day. That's fine. Like,
Yeah,
that's okay.
well, see, that's my kind of thing about the clip. Like, she's that kind of stuff. Like, why are you freaking out about that?
Yeah.
Like, okay,
No, but-
maybe like some people and a decent amount of people may not appreciate that, but that's
No,
on a
shit,
sort
I'm
of
with you,
case by case basis. And I'm sure a decent amount of girls do appreciate being called beautiful just by a random stranger.
Fucking
Yeah,
pay a
but-
compliment, don't follow
But
it.
X, the problem is it's the cumulative. Like, it's not. It just doesn't happen once.
I
It
appreciate
happens,
how
like,
hard it was for you to get cumulative out.
Thank you, Mike. I'm not gonna. I appreciate your appreciation. The thing is that it happens like once every 5
Well, I
minutes,
suppose by that clip,
and it's disgusting.
110 hours
it
is
was-
one every
it's-
6 minutes.
Yeah, it's a
Like,
point
oh.
I made before. It's just it's too much. It's a cumulative effect. Exactly what
Yeah.
JP said.
Men are disgusting. We are.
Yeah.
We know we are. We all looked at that picture of Cammy that X posted,
Yes.
and we all thought the same thing.
Yes.
Well, I didn't actually
I
have a
thought
look
back,
at the
back
picture.
forward X.
I kind of saw the real thing.
Forward X.
Oh, back forward X. Yeah.
Psycho Crap? No. Back forward X.
I don't even think that's a move. I was
Yeah,
just
yeah.
trying to be smart.
He was trying to be. It was a joke.
Okay, sorry.
Remember when we used to do those things called jokes? Yeah.
Yeah, well, see, that I had to take that one too technical. Like, which move is he talking about?
I was really disappointed when you guys were talking about Scorpion and that no one's back like triangle or
Yeah.
back. Yeah,
Back light punch.
come over here.
Or
Get
back
over
low
here.
punch. Or back high
Yeah.
punch.
It was
High
low,
punch,
it's low
yeah.
punch, isn't it?
Is
And
it too?
it doesn't really matter.
Anyway,
I'm trying to tie your whole show in with everything.
Just tying it into a nice little bow.
yes.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. Cumulatively, it is fucked up cumulatively that.
Stop saying
that-
cumulatively.
I know because I can't say it. No one can say it. Fuck that word.
Cumulatively.
Shut up,
It's
you.
hard. Yeah, no, I can't say it.
I have impressive diction.
Usually I do. Sometimes.
No, you're both quite right, and it's exactly what Woodsy said before.
You're right. I guess it's both. It's
fucking
on the
stop.
same token. On one side,
Yeah.
it's not a bad thing to say hello, beautiful, have a good evening. But
No,
on the
that's
other side of
fine.
the coin, it's fucked up to be
People
a
will
woman
return that
and
15
have
times in
like
a fight.
Yeah.
someone say that to you every fucking 5 minutes.
Yeah.
That's
It's sort of
And-
tough. It's hard to be a single
and
man.
it's what's
as well,
the term?
though.
It's lip service.
Yeah, basically, yay for being a guy.
No, but it's tough being a single guy now. You don't know what the fuck you can do
Get the fuck
anymore.
out of here. Get the fuck out.
Yeah, but you don't know what the fuck you can do anymore. I'm sorry, it's true in a way.
No,
Okay,
I'm
and
sorry,
I agree with the get the fuck out of here because it's not that tough.
No.
But the fact
There's this thing
is,
called the internet.
you've got people saying that if you have sex with a girl who's drunk, even if you were drunk at the same time and she agreed, that it's rape. That is actually a
No.
law they're trying to bring in.
Really?
Yeah, not in Australia and the US, but definitely they're trying to bring that in. Half of us wouldn't be alive.
I had drunk sex tonight.
Well, there you go! You'd be in chains, sir!
I'm married.
Well, there you go.
You can have drunk sex, it's okay.
No, but that's what I'm saying. They're trying to bring in a law.
Yeah, well,
that-
seriously, I think if you are both drunk.
That's what I'm saying, though.
I was the only one that was drunk.
So you were raped.
You were raped!
You were raped.
No means yes.
No, hold up. No, that's not the truth.
But that's what I'm saying. If that's now...
I was totally into it.
But you were drunk.
There
You were
go.
drunk.
Very.
You could not give consent.
Yeah, that's the whole idea behind it. And I understand.
No,
I think
I
we've gone
totally-
too far on the other side.
I totally gave consent.
More than once?
But really, yeah, it is kind of, it's kind of a fucked up thing in that situation. I mean, some cases, obviously, of rape are pretty damn clear cut.
Yeah.
Are we talking about rape now? Like
Somehow.
No, but
it's sort of on topic.
in the same
It's sort
topic
of
in
on
that
topic.
it's hard to be a single guy. It's much harder
Stop
to be a
saying
single
that.
woman.
Yes.
Can I
Yeah.
tell my can I tell my rape joke?
No,
Yes.
all right, go on.
Okay.
Go,
Rape
go.
isn't funny, by the way, except
It is.
when you
If
laugh
the
at
joke's
it.
funny enough. If the joke's funny enough, it is.
Okay, Daniel Tosh.
Are you ready? No, fuck Daniel Tosh, man. No, he's funny.
I'd rather not.
You don't... Seriously, do you want to hear it or not?
Yeah, go on.
Do it.
Okay. 9 out of 10 people enjoy gang rape.
Say again.
No.
Did he say 9 out of 10 people enjoy being raped?
No gang rape.
Oh, enjoy gang rape.
Brought the show to a grinding halt. I loved
And
it.
there goes the next Wandering Soul album.
Whew, JP, grumpy old man. I'm wondering if
Idiot rat.
You buy that shit. Buy it.
So,
Father Time film clip coming soon.
yes. I guess on a serious...
I will send you the clip soon to X Incognito.
Thank you, sir. I suppose,
You're
yeah,
welcome.
on a more, like, to serious...
Hey, can I ask you a question?
What?
Who has a better beard, Uncle Nevs or JP?
JP, Nevs has trimmed his... At least I'm pretty sure he has. I'm pretty sure last time I saw him, he had trimmed it.
Like yesterday.
Whereas yours is all jihad, ISIS, fucking...
No, mine is.
It's
mine
out
is
there.
Philly.
You are
Freeway.
now not allowed to talk at Berkeley,
Right.
young Mr. X.
Is that too far? Was that not PC?
Fine.
Was not PC.
Sorry, continue.
If
I think we're
No.
breaking up.
it'd only be PC if you like suddenly played a BTE track after this.
A BTE track. I'm not sure if I have any in the playlist, but I could find one easily.
Uh,
I could have that song. I do have a song in the playlist by the Monty Python folk called "Never Be Rude to an Arab."
I am washing my hands of this whole discussion.
Should we get back on topic to
If we want to talk about stuff like that, we will talk about that eventually, I think.
Do we have 45 minutes left?
something like that?
Awesome. This is going to be the best radio show that ever happened.
Yes, damn right.
Brought
Damn
to a
right.
screeching halt by a well-placed rape joke.
So, I guess I want to find a kind of resolution here. So, where is the line? What's the line to when you see an attractive stranger?
There should
What
be a
can you
number
do?
where you can text your harassments.
What are you allowed to do, and what can you do, and what is not cool?
All right, we're just 3 men. What would you do? What
Four
would
men.
you do?
4 men.
If I
We
saw
have
an
extra
attractive
person in the middle.
stranger, me personally, I would probably say nothing and then punch myself in the head for not saying anything.
You are so much like me.
That's pretty much exactly what I do daily.
No, you know what I do? Like, honestly, if I was on my, like, entire, like, totally hyped, like, I'm the dopest cunt ever shit, I would look at the girl and I'd be like, hi, and that'd be it. And, like, maybe I'll give her eyes. That'd be it.
So long as it's not
I guess
drunk
maybe
guys.
that's just us. If hypothetically,
Hello.
if hypothetically we were confident people, what would you do?
Hypothetically.
Well,
If I was hypothetically confident, I'd, like, go mad Ghostface on the shit.
Ghostface on it.
Yeah, no, there's a really good Ghostface song. I can't remember the name of it. It's off Wizard of Poetry.
Okay.
okay.
But, you know, you just be like, hi, I understand that you're pregnant and
What?
and you have a wedding ring on and stuff, but if you're interested, I'd like to take
Damn, girl, what the recipe?
Yeah, exactly. I Ghostface it. That's how I do it. That's how I go about it.
Well, there you go.
That's how I go about it. X Incognito, not Robert.
What?
What's a Robert?
What's a Robert? That's probably Mike's real name.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it is. It is
Robot X.
Mike, I'm looking forward to meeting you next Sunday.
Well, thank you. I'm very much looking forward to you, Mr. JB.
I'm going to hit you with a chair.
It's normally the greeting I expect from
Yes,
most people.
any guests to chair shots must bring their own chair.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, the first thing me and my daughter are doing in the morning is going to Bunnings and buying a steel chair.
Yes.
I'm going to fucking hit you with it.
Yeah, fair enough. I can't lose many more brain cells. It's all good.
Not in the head. That's against
No. It'll be,
We're not the WWE. It's all good.
Oh, fuck them. Seriously, fuck them.
Alright, so,
See, look at me trying to bring it back to wrestling.
I know,
but in honesty.
it's a reflex.
yes, in honesty though, what's the line? What would you consider the line? For not just yourself, but anyone. What's the line?
Well, I'm a father. I have a daughter.
Well,
That's exactly the point.
That steals
Michael,
chairs.
you are single.
I
What
am
is
single.
the line? What would you
Thanks
say?
for that, by the way. Just
Be careful, Michael.
there might be tears.
Yeah, next Sunday.
Alright, so,
What
is the line? For a single guy,
the Rock
what's-
Mick Foley chair, or if you get the like Gold Dust Cody Rhodes chair.
you just can't help yourself, can
He's
you?
really can't help himself.
No, I can't.
What's the line? What
The
is
line.
the
Generally,
most you can do? What is the most you can say?
I personally, as someone who is of the evolved type of single guy, I think a hello's fine.
Hello's fine? Or is even hello...
A hello's cool.
Hello is fine. Hello is okay.
Hello
is okay.
Hello is the thing that you say to people.
Because I'm pretty sure some of those things in that clip were just hello.
A hello's fine, but don't follow the bitch for fucking
Obviously,
5 minutes.
obviously,
Seriously.
don't do that. We say that at the start.
There's a motherfucker
If
there
you- don't do
following
that.
her for 5 minutes, silently walking next to her.
Do
It's
not
creepy as fuck.
follow random people.
that's fucked up. I saw
Onnit,
that, man.
it's funny.
Yeah.
Onnit made a comment saying, "Haha, that guy just walked in." So sus. I hate it when you just happen to be walking the same way as someone and it looks like you're stalking them, especially if they keep looking back.
That guy wasn't
See,
walking
in
the
that
same
sense,
way.
Like, yeah, he wasn't.
He was
and
mirroring
he
the
kept
girl.
looking at her as well. And, see, if I find I happen to be walking next to someone that I don't know for more than about 5 meters,
I slow down. Randomly
down.
change
Or
direction.
randomly change direction, or switch up speed.
I'll somehow end up on the other side of the
Yeah.
road going the exact same way.
Do a zigzag.
That would actually be possibly an amusing little sort of candid camera bit to do. Just walking alongside people at the same speed, and even if they switch up speed, matching their speed.
Well, that's kind of what the Hamish and Andy freaking shadowing thing they do is.
Have they done?
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
People start running and they...
Yeah. It's kind of fun.
Oh, shit.
So yeah, as a single guy,
So
I
don't
think
follow
hello,
people.
I think a hello's fine.
Hello's fine.
I do think that the cumulative effect
Listen.
probably would feel very harassing.
Listen. You listening?
Yeah, we're listening.
If you're going to be the guy that gets up and says hello and is nice, you need to be up at fucking 6:30. you need
Sure,
to
be the first guy in the morning.
Yeah, but to be fair, I'm up at 6:30.
Don't be the guy at 10 p.m. when
No.
she's been out all day and has heard it a million times.
Fair enough.
Don't be that guy.
Yeah.
Standing in the shadow.
Unless she's drunk.
With a cigarette and a beer.
If you're drunk too, it's okay.
Apparently not in the US.
Yeah, well,
I don't understand that. I've headbutted walls about this.
but just I don't know. I guess the point of the story is meet women other ways.
Or a simple, have a thought of what you're doing. Like if you're out and you see a girl and she's just been hit on by a guy, don't be the next guy to hit on her. That might help.
Yeah.
Like, and if you're in a group of guys, don't make her feel freaking intimidated.
See, I mean, me personally,
like one guy by himself, I think, is a lot less intimidating than a group of guys going, "Hey, baby, what's going on?
Yes, well, don't do
hey,
that.
chica,
Don't do that.
what's up? Hey,
yeah, control
ma,
yourself.
come stai, puttana?" You know, like shit like that. Nah, that's
Grande bambino.
tu l'hai un minute. Anyway,
But yeah, don't be that guy. Hello is okay. Is saying that they're
how you
beautiful
like
okay?
some of these, huh? How you like some of these, eh?
Is randomly saying to someone to a random girl saying that they're beautiful. Is that okay?
That's okay.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Even if it may be the fucking 100th time she's heard it like that.
Yeah,
I think-
if it's the 100th time, you're probably a creep.
I do think it would be best to try and at least be funny. Because at least that's disarming, and it
Oh,
shows that
you
you're
can
not
go
a
the-
complete dickhead.
You're going to go the humour route, Mike?
Well,
I
like
tend
that
to go the
guy-
humour route with everyone, so it's
I like that guy. Hey, look at that! I just saw $1,000.
Yeah, like a simple fucking nerdy joke might be a bit better than, "Hey, baby, what's up?"
But I suppose there's better. I mean, I suppose in a sense, like a girl just walking down the street. There's a lot better times to approach a girl and talk to them than when they're just walking down the
I
street.
think a bar might be a better idea than on the street.
X.
Yo.
What did you say to Cammy before you took the photo?
May I take a
What
photo?
did I say? I
was
said
pretty much what I heard.
No, what did I can't remember the exact.
Give us a photo,
I
love.
was generally polite about it, but I
Come here, love. Give us a photo.
Show's a bit
Give
more
us a photo, love. Love.
I believe generally the people I took photos of was more or less kind of, I really like your costume. Could I please take a photo of you?
Yeah, it's like me when I go to a WW.
A WWF event.
WWF. So
Yeah.
you like the World Wildlife Fund?
Yeah. Sorry, when you
The pandas. We
I
must
guess
save
taking,
the pandas.
taking photos of the superstars.
Pandas.
The pandas. The pandas.
Pandas.
Look at me dragging it back to wrestling.
Oh, really?
It's what we come to expect.
Anyway,
It's
make your
actually
point.
funny when we went for the clip to film that clip that's not out yet, but a clip that Del Dingo is dropping soon. Our friend Yikes, who was sitting in the back seat
Yikes.
when we were driving there, commented that "fuck you guys talk about wrestling a lot."
I'll hit him with a chair too.
Slow clap.
Do it. Shall
Well,
we?
it's either wrestling or Muppets. Like, that's
They're all
Muppet wrestling would be the greatest thing of all time.
has been done.
Well, they've been done.
No, they were on wrestling, but they weren't wrestling.
They've hosted Raw.
Yes. That was a great Raw. But let's not talk about
Yeah, it
wrestling.
was.
Alright, so I guess we've said perhaps all
Who's your favourite wrestler? Who's your favourite wrestler, Mike?
You know who my favourite wrestler is.
I do, but I'm trying to entertain our audience.
It is the Dead Man.
Apparently only wrestling fans now.
It is the Dead Man. We all know this. I professed my love for the Dead Man a long time ago.
Well, it's a shame you've never seen one of my sets, because it usually starts with... Boom.
Well, there you go. I'm going to have to check out one of your sets.
You've seen that?
This will happen one day.
No, it won't, because fuck you. That's why.
Fair enough.
Alright.
Who's your favourite wrestler? X.
Hard to say. I kind of...
Our show has been hijacked.
I can't say just one. Cause
I will say mine, and it will upset both of you.
you have a one? No, I think...
Yeah, I have a one, and it's going to upset everyone. It will upset everyone who's listening.
Alright, well, tell
and
the
it'll
people,
upset
and
both
then
of
I
you.
think we're going to go to some more music.
My favourite wrestler's Cosplay.
Alright, can you play Real American next?
Hoss Flair.
Can you play Real American next?
Hospital.
Oh,
Real-
you
I
have
haven't
to
got
play.
Real American.
Real American.
I'll play something wrestling related.
We have
You play
the
Real
musical
American.
stylings
That's
of
my
Mr.
favourite
JP.
Huh?
That was the greatest voice we've heard on this whole show.
What?
JP's singing of Real American. that was.
Hey, what about my impromptu Flash theme song?
No.
Yeah,
Real
no
American.
way. No
JP.
way. JP's Real American.
JP's Real American. It was consistently
I
out
will
of
do-
tune. It was perfect.
When I come next week, I will learn all the lyrics and I'll do the whole fucking song.
I know all the lyrics. That's the sad bit.
Let's do a duet, Mark.
Okay, next
Anyway.
week duet.
Alright, so I think we've said all we need. We were going to...
Consensus
Yeah,
pretty much
That's all
seems
we
to be.
needed to say.
It's Real
But
American.
all we were going to say about the woman walking through New York City. Watch the clip.
Play
if you're
Real
not
American,
aware of what we're
everything's
on about.
I think
What?
we've reached a consensus.
Yes, I think we reached a consensus.
Don't be
there.
a fuckwit.
Don't be a fuckwit.
That is pretty much the
Don't be a
consensus.
fuckwit, have 24-inch pythons, and it's fine.
Ooh, what you gonna do, brother?
Alright, so let's play some music. Cheers,
Faces
Jay
play.
Pizzle.
Thank you, Jay Pizzle.
We may talk to you a bit
I'm gonna listen to
later.
the rest of the show. I'm out.
Thanks, sir.
Alright,
Love
peace,
you all.
bro.
See you, mate.
Cheers for calling, mate.
Be well, brother.
Thanks, drunker JP.
Good times. Alright. So, let's play some music. He wanted something wrestling related, so I'll play that. There you go, that'll fucking do ya. Fucking JP. Take it over the show. Fucking railroading it into wrestling talk.
And his rape joke.
And, yeah, well.
The rape joke and the wrestling was the railroad of this show.
Quietly, that was kind of funny.
I laughed.
I laughed.
I never said I didn't laugh. I said it railroaded the show. That's all.
That's what he does.
And now I can't wait till next week because I think next week is going to be hilarious.
Alright, but
Hopefully, he's about as many beers in too.
hopefully. Alright, so we're going to play some music and then we'll get back to some talkings. When we come back, we're going to talk about the announcement from Marvel Studios recently about Phase 3.
Phase 3.
If you are aware of the Marvel Cinematic Universe and all the Avengers, Thor, Iron Man, etc. says. So yeah, they've announced basically the next
That's
10
what the gay
movies.
superhero was.
Yeah.
He was
What?
very Thor. He was very Thor. Think about it, sir.
I thought about it. I wish I didn't.
Oh, he was Thor.
I have another superhero joke.
We will say it after the break. Hey, let's save it till that.
Alright. But, alright, so enjoy some music. We'll be back. Unfortunately.
Radio for the... Oh, God.
fucking lovelies.
Are we British now?
That wasn't British.
It was kind of British.
Sort of British.
It sounded
Yeah,
a little
actually, it was
bit Burton-esque.
Yeah, it was British. A bit Cockney.
The Johnny Depp, I'm not really British, but I'm British. Which kind of ends up
Johnny
sounding
Depp's
a bit
British?
Australian.
What?
No, his accent at the moment. It kind of almost ends up Australian because he tries a bit too hard to sound worldly. I'm a Johnny Depp fan, by the way, but it's just... It kind of freaks me out sometimes.
Yeah.
And,
Alright, so,
Donnie Brasco was a long time.
We apparently only got, like, maybe 15 minutes unless we go a bit over time. I suppose we can go a little. But the last thing we were going to talk about, or the last-ish thing, is the recent announcement about Marvel Cinematic Universe Phase 3.
Phase 3!
For those not familiar, firstly, I have brought up a little thing about
He's
all
brought
this.
it up.
Yeah.
I actually read about it on The Escapist. Which is actually it had a really good list.
Alright, so,
But right now we're looking
for those
at a
not
wiki.
aware with this whole Phase 1, Phase 2, Phase 3, what that's all about, I was going to explain.
Oh, we have a phone call.
We have a phone call from someone I'm not sure wants to talk on the radio. Hello, I'm on the radio. Do you want to talk on the radio? Oh, I can't hear you unless I unplug it. Hello, I'm on the radio. Do you want to talk on the radio? I can... My phone's coming through the radio. If you want to talk on the radio, if not, I'll have to call you back. I'm like talking right now. On the radio. I'm on air, live.
Absolutely great radio, by the way.
So any question you ask me, I will be answering live on air.
Mr. X
So can
is
this wait till later,
currently
please?
speaking to
Okay, I shall call you back.
someone
Okay.
who I'm not really even
Right.
sure how to describe the relationship, but it's interesting.
Shut up, you.
You know the old "it's complicated" on Facebook? That's kind of what it is. You know, when you see that, that's kind of the point.
Anyway,
It's complicated.
yeah.
It's like Superman and Lois Lane almost.
What were we talking about?
We were actually supposed to be talking about Marvel Phase
Alright,
3,
Marvel-
but now I
alright,
think
sorry.
we might have
I was
to
just saying,
talk about...
Alright, so Marvel Phase... So, for those...
Oh.
Alright, now someone else is calling, but I think this may be a friend of ours who may actually want to talk on the air.
A friend of ours, and not in the mafia sense.
Hello, sir! I thought that was you.
How could we possibly have a show without Coney?
I don't know who else call you, but don't worry about it. I like to stay on the phone for this next conversation, right? Because I'm big fan for the Marvel picture movie, right?
Oh, that's great. Alright, well, so I'm going to explain to the people what the phases were. So Phase 1 of the universe was apparently Iron Man, The Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, Thor, Captain America, the First Avenger, and the Avengers. So basically, the first Marvel movies leading
first ones
up
that came out, pretty
to
much.
Avengers.
Yeah.
I guess you can divide them by the Avengers movies, essentially.
Yeah.
Because Phase 2 is
You've got
then
pre-Avengers,
Iron Man...
then you have basically Avengers.
Yeah. So Phase 2 is things after the Avengers movie, which is Iron Man 3, Thor: The Dark World, Captain America: The Winter Soldier, Guardians of the Galaxy, which I unfortunately have not seen.
You haven't seen Guardians of the
not
Galaxy.
seen it.
What the hell? You must see this movie, right?
I've heard it is really good.
Is
but
it
I've
not
seen
brilliant?
it. It's the only one.
It's better than the Avengers, right?
Yeah, almost better. I would just
No,
sort of have it-
this for me better.
And apparently the ones still to come in Phase 2 are the Avengers 2: Age of Ultron, which looks really fucking cool, if you have seen the trailers.
There is no string on me, right?
Sorry?
There is no string on me.
Yes, no strings on me. Yes, cool trailer. And Ant-Man, which I
Ant-Man,
believe Paul Rudd is playing Ant-Man. That's about all I know about it.
Yeah.
I know more.
Yeah.
Oh, this is Phase 3. Sorry about that.
You know what? What do you know?
Well, I know Phase 3. I think you might know this, but right?
Okay, so yeah, well, Ant-Man is apparently part of Phase 2.
Yes, apparently.
All right.
But Phase 3 is the following movies. Captain America: Civil War.
Which is
obviously
about
Captain
the
America
Marvel
3.
Civil War, by the way.
Is it actually about the
Yes.
Marvel Civil War?
And apparently that is going to have
I can't wait.
Captain America versus Iron Man.
That's going to be... Well, I did
And
hear...
Iron Man is going to be played by Robert Downey Jr.
It's funny. I did hear someone mention about talking about Captain America 2 and saying that the next Captain America movie was going to flip the Marvel Universe on its head.
Yes.
And if that's what it's about, if it's about the Marvel Civil War, then yes, indeed it is.
It is about the Marvel.
I have a rumor that is not right. This is just when they make a Marvel movie, right? They take storylines from the comic book and they borrow the storyline. They don't use the same storyline.
Yes,
They borrow this idea, but I don't think they're going to go with the whole Human Registration Act, right?
Oh, maybe.
I'm not sure.
I hope so, but
That could be the way they're going.
I do know that it is going to be about a civil war. I'm not sure if that's the whole
It may not be
storyline.
centered about the the registration, Superhuman Registration Act or whatever they call it. In the
Everybody knows Steve Rogers is Captain America.
Yes.
Everybody knows Iron Man is Tony Stark.
Yeah.
Everybody already knows this shit.
Well, in the books,
I'm fairly sure they already knew about
Iron
Tony
Man
Stark.
supports registration. Iron Man supports registration in the books,
And
Cap goes against it.
I did also just read something about Black Panther being in a sizable portion of that movie.
Well, okay. Well, continuing with that, I suppose we'll talk about each one in a bit. But the other ones that are confirmed movies coming out. After that, there is Doctor Strange, which is Doctor Strange, Guardians of the Galaxy 2,
Go Batista,
Thor Ragnarok, Black Panther, which you just mentioned, Avengers Infinity War Part 1,
Oh, that's right.
Captain Marvel, The Inhumans, and Avengers Infinity War Part 2.
Yep.
They're also part of Phase 3, which I have heard about these before, but they're apparently considered part of Phase 3 now, is a few TV series, which are Daredevil, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and AKA Jessica Jones. I have no fucking idea who Jessica Jones is.
I don't know who
I
that
did
is
bring
either.
up the Wikipedia page. Apparently a lot of people are. I believe she is essentially Luke Cage's wife.
And they have sex, rough sex, and they make a baby, I think, right?
Well, if Luke Cage is like...
You'd assume it'd be rough sex with Luke Cage.
And apparently that's going to culminate in a series called The Defenders, which features... Oh, and Iron Fist. Did I say Iron Fist?
Yes, Iron Fist.
Yeah, that's apparently going to culminate in a series called The Defenders.
That is also part of the bedroom antics of Jessica Jones and Luke Cage.
So, back to Captain America Civil War. Is there more we want to say about this?
Yes. Coney, you were very interested.
Captain America.
So yeah, I really enjoyed the Civil War saga in the comics.
That was brilliant.
And also was basically the storyline of Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2, which basically made that game playable.
Yeah. I can't argue with that. Doctor Strange, I do know who the actor is.
Yeah, some dickhead. I don't know who this guy is.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
The actor of who?
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange?
Doctor Strange will be Benedict Cumberbatch. Yes.
How many is this? That's right.
Interesting choice.
Mr. Benedict Cumberbatch.
Sherlock
I don't
himself.
like this choice. Right?
Sherlock himself. Smaug, if you will.
Interesting.
He is also Smaug in the Hobbit movies.
Okay.
I think I want Liam Neeson, right?
Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson would be interesting. A young Liam Neeson would have been perfect for Doctor Strange.
And I will find you, and I will kill you, right?
Can I just say one thing? People stop fucking with Liam Neeson's family. Just stop it.
Yeah.
Wolves, terrorists, just fucking stop it.
Yeah,
Liam Neeson will
well.
kick your fucking ass and he'll fuck your wife. Because apparently he has the biggest cock in Hollywood, I've been told.
I'm told by who?
Kevin Smith.
How does Kevin Smith know?
Incessantly I've been told by Kevin Smith that Liam Neeson has the biggest dick in Hollywood. It's something I didn't really want to know. I can't watch Schindler's List ever again. Anyway.
That's why he's so competent actor, right? That's why he's so badass. You know,
Green Lantern.
in the end of the day, he has a big dick.
I'm just going to comment. There's a bit of a conversation going on between KRS and Onic going on. Guardians of the Galaxy, comical few laughs, and then I always thought this lad on X Shoutout was putting on a voice. Haha, he's real. Haha, that's about Cody. Yes, Coney is real, damn it.
Of course Coney's real.
I am real. Why you said that? Fuck! Who said that?
No, don't worry. Oh, it's cool. Don't hurt him, Coney. Don't hurt him.
Alright, you lucky, right?
Ben Affleck as Daredevil with Shithouse, yes. Well, not.
No, I actually like Daredevil. Fuck you.
But
it was a figurative fuck you. I don't actually mean fuck you.
What? And then Ryan Reynolds as the Green Lantern. Yeah, that was not.
That wasn't Ryan Reynolds' fault though.
It
That was just a
partly was. He
terrible
wasn't-
fucking movie.
Well, terrible movie and also terrible casting. I think.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds wasn't right for that part.
And terrible villain.
I'm a fan of Ryan Reynolds.
I kind of am as well. I'm looking forward to him possibly being Deadpool. But,
Deadpool would be good.
But he wasn't
Cody
right
likes
for Green Lantern, Hal Jordan.
I think the movie was just a disaster.
Maybe if he was actually Green Lantern, Kyle Rayner.
Yeah, maybe. I did hear they wanted to reboot the whole Green Lantern thing. Hopefully they do, because it needs a good movie.
Anyway, back to the program, Marvel movies, aka.
Okay.
Next up on the line was Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I can't really say much because
Guardians
I've
of the
not
Galaxy
seen
is
the
a great
first.
movie. Breakout star that was Batista and
Batista, that's right.
and
How was Karen Gillan?
Oh yeah, she was good, but she wasn't really in it as much. She was a villain, so it was sort of she didn't really get to really act. She was still hot despite being bold and blue, so it always works.
Oh, this is Nebula or something. I forget
Yes,
the name.
Yeah, Nebula.
Thor Ragnarok.
The second Thor movie was a big disappointment to me.
You reckon?
Yeah, it was.
I didn't mind it.
I liked the last third.
I liked the first one.
The first one was brilliant.
I enjoyed the second one, but not as much.
No, I thought the second one was just terrible. Like until the last third, I'd say. And Natalie
Well,
Portman
honest-
really doesn't need to be in that movie.
Yeah.
Like she's hot and cool, but she doesn't need to be in that movie. She's like
Thor
just
Ragnarok
there.
could be interesting though.
I'm hoping.
I mean, if you know what Ragnarok means.
well, hopefully it follows the Iron Man trilogy.
If you don't
where-
know, for any listeners who don't know what Ragnarok
that
means,
probably
it's
helps.
basically the end of the world.
Yeah. Well, the end of the gods.
It's the end of the world for the Asgardians, right?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Fuck the Asgardians to fuck
The end
Asgard.
of the fall of Asgard.
The fall of Asgard. Yeah.
That's right.
So it could be pretty good. I'm hoping. There's also
I
casting
mean,
news on Black Panther, by the way. I don't remember
Okay,
the name.
so yeah, next up is Black Panther. Any thoughts?
It should be
You
good.
know, in the trailer, you see this guy with the beard. I
Yes,
think it's the Avengers.
see, I personally am not
Villain,
very
right?
familiar with the Black Panther story, but
Maybe
yes,
Cody is.
I have been told
He
that
my
there is a
favorite.
guy in the trailer for Avengers 2 that closely resembles a particular character that is
His
a
name
major
is,
character in Black Panther.
His name is Yosili Klor, and he is maybe the villain for the, and he's the Klor, and he have a sound with his power. I don't know this bullshit, but I like Black Panther because he black like me, and he from Africa, right?
It's Wakanda.
Not Uganda, but Wakanda. That's right.
Wakanda,
And Uganda,
which is-
Wakanda, same shit. Whatever.
Wakanda. It sounds very much like Uganda.
Yes.
Uh,
Yeah. Well, I'm interested.
There apparently is some casting news. I've completely forgotten the actor's name though. He's in a show called 42. If anyone watches that, apparently he's
42.
yeah,
I'm interested.
42.
What there's a show called
I
42?
don't know what the show is but he's from
42,
that
right.
show.
Probably about
42,
the meaning of the life, the meaning of life, the universe, and everything.
I don't think so, but it would be cool if that was what it was about. And anyone who doesn't know, I think that was a Hitchhiker's
Chadwick Boseman has been cast as the Black Panther.
There you go, Chadwick Boseman. If anyone knows who the fuck that is, that's who it is. I'm guessing he's black.
Yeah, you'd assume that.
I'm guessing.
If Black Panther ends up being a white guy,
Well,
so
we had a black Asgardian.
Gonna happening.
We had a black
I think I
Asgardian,
should
which
play Black Panther, right? I make good Black Panther.
yes, you would be a brilliant Black Panther.
Yes, Tony for Black Panther.
Tony for Black Panther.
And funny
Oh,
how
very
I
good.
raised the fist as I said that.
He did. He really did. I could say he did.
That's right.
All right, so next
Another
up,
Avengers movie, of course.
Next
is
up,
going to be good.
Avengers: Infinity War.
So long as Joss Whedon is directing, I'm there.
I suppose we know, I guess, that it's going to be involved with Thanos and the Infinity
Yeah.
Gauntlet.
Because they've been setting
I
this
suppose
motherfucker up for
yes.
years.
I suppose besides that, there's not much we really know until at least maybe Avengers 2 comes out.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and we... so.
But
I am
no
a
doubt-
little worried about the Ultron story with Avengers 2, by the way. I don't
When
think
you
it's
see
all
the
that
broken
interesting.
shield, right?
He seems
Oh,
interesting.
also,
I don't know, the trailer made him seem interesting.
if you see the trailer, there is an add-on they make extra for the trailer, right? And everybody tried to pick up Thor's hammer, and Captain America just
Yeah,
like
so they are going to have that bit in the movie.
Okay.
Because I did hear a theory or some rumor that that bit was going to be in the movie, that that from the comics, that basically there's a bit in the comics where Thor is incapacitated or whatever, and turns out Captain America can hold Mjolnir.
Mjolnir.
Yeah, so that's interesting.
Yeah. Captain Marvel is the next one.
No, yeah. Next up is
list.
Captain Marvel, which
I-
apparently Michael has been led to believe is the
Carol
Captain
Danvers.
Marvel is Carol Danvers, aka Ms. Marvel.
Yes, Ms. Marvel, apparently.
Fuck around the pussy.
As you would.
So,
There is, by the way, in this Avengers movie, I have heard that there may be a deal with Fox. Is it Fox or Sony? Sony, sorry.
to involve
To
Spidey.
involve Spider-Man.
Yes.
If that happens, we will be excited.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
listen,
be-
I must
so
say
long as
something.
it's
Can it not be Andrew Garfield?
That's exactly what I was about to say. Can it not
Fuck
be Andrew
Andrew
Garfield?
Garfield. You know,
I
in,
mean, I prefer Tobey Maguire.
That's how bad Andrew Garfield is.
but
I
you're
prefer
always crying, right? And this is make look like Spider-Man look like a little bitch. And I think Spider-Man, he a big part of the Civil War between
Yes.
Captain America, and this is why they
True.
might.
This is true.
Yeah. I think that's
But
a...
I like
Yeah,
Marvel.
because one of the most iconic moments of the Civil War is the fact that Spidey joins the pro-registration side and unmasks on like live TV.
Yeah.
Peter Pecker. Yeah, that's right.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert for those who are not. Well, if you've read the comics, you know this. If you haven't, you don't know this. And if you haven't seen the movie or read the comics, you don't know this.
You
But
don't care.
If you've read the comics, then you probably know that these are the things that are going to happen in the movies.
Yeah. Well, you'd hope most of them would happen in the movies.
And after that,
We have
we
the
have the
Inhumans.
Humans, which I'm not
I know
terribly familiar with them. I basically only seen them involved in basically sort of X-Men crossovers.
Yeah.
Essentially, they are kind of mutants, but not mutants. They are Celestials.
They live on the moon, right?
There you go.
Yes, apparently. Oh, yeah. Well, in the comics, yeah, these days apparently they live on the moon. Or
Well, as
something
you
like
do.
that.
When
But
you're
yeah,
Inhumans,
so
you better live
they're-
on the moon.
They're like mutants, but they're not mutants. So get that right for copyright or legal purposes, because
Apparently there's legal...
because Marvel are apparently not allowed to use the term
Yeah,
mutants.
you can't
because
use mutants because
Fox
they are now
have the rights
part
to
of-
X-Men and the rights to the term mutants. So the Inhumans are not mutants.
Yes.
They are Celestials.
Yes.
Which are basically sort of kind of like the Nephilim.
Yeah.
Basically descendants of the gods.
Yeah. Gods and humans, sort of.
Which actually,
Would be
I get
Nephilim.
it now. I get it. I get it.
That's right.
For Ragnarok, then
Right.
Inhumans. Fall of Asgard. Inhumans, descendants of the gods. Not a
Maybe.
thing.
Maybe.
Oh.
Could
But
be,
I don't
right?
like this direction if this happened, right? Because this is not original. I am when all my years I like to original the comic, right?
Yes.
And I read it, and I like to see like original. But
Well, in the comics,
sometimes
they're,
in Hollywood-
they're not. In the comics, they're Celest. That's what they're referred to
Oh,
as
that's-
well. Celestials.
Yeah.
I believe.
But they
Celeste,
work
yeah.
with mutants
Yeah.
a lot. Yeah, it's sort of weird.
They're not mutants. They're mutants, but they're not mutants. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Like how Spidey is not a mutant.
Even though he kind of is.
Yeah, kind of is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very weird. In a shout out to Movie Bob, comics are weird.
Yes. And finally, well, Marvel Phase 3 is Avengers Infinity War Part 2, which
I did not see coming, considering the first one said
Oh,
part 1. I thought they were just going to leave it at that.
But I am led to believe that basically the Infinity War is going to involve the Celestials, so
Yeah.
I guess that is why the Inhumans movie comes out in between the two Avengers movies. Because I guess the Inhumans are going to basically... My guess is the Inhumans and sort of Captain Marvel in the whole, because if you know about Captain Marvel, that's sort of Cree species thing.
It's a lot
It's
of
all
stuff.
real convoluted. Comics are weird. But yeah, I'm guessing basically Avengers Infinity War Part 1 is going to have cliffhanger introducing the Celestials and the Kree race, and then that's going to be the big bang in Infinity War Part 2 with all these different, with humans,
Can I just say,
Celestials.
what a world
Kree.
we live in that we can actually talk about Krees and fucking Inhumans and Ant-fucking-Man having his own movie.
Yeah.
And this is all actually fucking happening.
Yeah. What a world.
What happened?
Nord Stream, right?
I don't believe how this happened. Like, I remember when we were like wrapped
Also,
that there was
how-
a Batman movie coming out.
How cocky are they of Marvel to just say, here's our next 10 movies?
Even though 3 still haven't come out of the previous phase.
Yeah, even though the previous phase, they're not all out. But here's our next 10.
Here's our next 10. And some TV shows for you.
There's some TV shows.
Yeah, you know, Daredevil, the one that no one liked? Well, fuck you, we're gonna do TV series.
Like, that's a studio that has fucking confidence in
Balls.
their fucking... Yeah, confidence and fucking balls.
Disney has done nothing but awesome for Marvel, by the way. And I didn't think I would ever say that when they bought Marvel.
Wonder what they'll do with Star Wars.
Well, if they do exactly what they did with Marvel, I'm cool with it.
Fair enough.
Yeah? Mickey can fucking bring out whatever he wants.
Indeed.
I think the Black Panther movie, right, is going to be based on the Ebola virus, right?
That's mean.
That was made of win, that whole comment.
Fuck Ebola, right?
Fuck Ebola, exactly.
Yeah,
Fuck
fuck Ebola virus. Fuck that shit.
And while we're on the topic of a Marvel movie, what do you guys think about the X-Men Age of Apocalypse?
I still haven't.
Age of I've seen I've seen all the X-Men movies. I've watched X-Men Days of Future Past.
I have not watched Days of Future Past.
I kind of at least
I liked First Class
certain
a
level
shitload, though.
quite enjoyed it. I enjoyed the future stuff with Bishop. I love the fact that I finally saw Bishop in a movie. Because
and he died, right?
Yeah, he dies and comes back, and then he gets rewritten out of existence.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed Days of Future Past, so I am looking forward to Age of Apocalypse.
I think they've done really good job with X-Men since First Class.
Yes, since First Class and sort of rewriting the story. It's unfortunate that they had to do that.
Well, poor choices of directors in...
Just X-Men 3, what they did. I mean...
Was that
X-Men
Brett
3,
Ratner?
And it's strange
I think
because...
that's why.
X-Men 3 I enjoyed, but at the same token, they just did things in it that just you couldn't go back from.
No, it wasn't just that, it was the fact that they put too much in one fucking movie.
Yeah.
It's like, you
That
had the
too.
Phoenix Saga, and you had all that other shit.
And that as well. They made far too
It's just
little
too much.
of the Phoenix Saga.
Yeah, that should have
The
been a whole
Phoenix Saga
fucking...
is
That could have been a
massive.
whole series of movies.
True.
Nowadays, it probably would have been.
The Phoenix Saga could have been what they're doing with the fucking Infinity War.
But it should be.
That's right.
I don't know. I'm actually quietly confident that most of these movies will be good too.
But yeah, the recent X-Men movies, First Class, Days of Future Past, were quite good.
Yeah. I really liked First Class. I haven't watched Days of Future Past yet, but I will.
I was funny when I first heard about First Class, and it was after they rebooted Spider-Man.
Yeah. And I was
And
like,
I was
oh,
just like, oh,
no.
fucking hell,
Don't
now
tell
they're
me they're all
rebooting
going to be
X-Men.
kids and
For
shit,
fuck's
and
sake.
it's going to be annoying. And
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's actually
And
pretty
then I
good.
heard that Kevin Bacon was playing Sebastian Shaw, and I was like, okay, you piqued my interest.
My interest was actually more piqued when I heard young Charles Xavier and young Magneto.
Yeah, that didn't so much pique my interest.
That's right.
It was
pretty
still
brilliant.
to me, it was just like kind of, okay, you make the X-Men young, fucking hell.
No, but young Charles Xavier always interested me.
But then I watched the movie and it was really good. So,
Yeah, it was brilliant. Love the movie.
I also enjoyed this shit.
So they did well with that.
For Fox, that's actually a really...
Michael Fassbender,
he's a great actor.
He is Magneto.
He's a great actor.
I mean, like, what's his name? Sir something.
Ian McKellen?
Ian McKellen. That guy.
He was a good Magneto.
Some small-time actor who's never really been...
You shall not pass!
But Sir Ian McKellen, he's a good...
I am Gandalf the Grey.
Like, he's a good Magneto. A good old... Like, when Magneto gets older, he's great. He's Magneto. But the Magneto, the fucking menace to society Magneto...
Get out of my mind, Charles.
Michael Fassbender, he fucking pulls it off.
Yeah, Fassbender.
He played good Magneto.
Yes. I actually think he's a pretty good actor, so it was always kind of on the cards.
Yeah, he's Magneto. So
exactly right.
I'll give him that. It shall be given.
I'm expecting how many of these movies will have Hugo Weaving in it? Because Hugo Weaving just decides to show up in every nerdy fucking franchise.
I'm not sure if we mentioned this before, but on the show, but Hugo Weaving, he's been V in V for Vendetta.
V for Vendetta.
He was the Red Skull in Captain America. He was, what's his name?
He was Elrond in Lord of the Rings.
That guy in Lord of the Rings.
He was Agent fucking Smith
in the Matrix trilogy.
Does he's already a nerd fucking god. Like,
do you need to do more? I remember when I found out he was the Red Skull, it's like, I don't give a fuck, it's Hugo Weaving, he just pulls off whatever he does.
And in America, they think he's some tough actor. Little do they know about Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. It's sort of like Eric Bana. Eric Bana's like this big tough actor for them. I remember him being Ray Martin on Fast Forward.
But I guess unless we have a bit more to say about Zimarvel,
of the TV shows, I'm looking forward to Daredevil the most.
I
think if you do Daredevil well, it will be a very good show.
I'm probably looking forward to Luke Cage the most.
Yeah, but I think Daredevil lends itself to serialized format better. He's a lawyer. He's got reasons to do things.
Luke Cage could be a cool one because it's basically he's got superhuman powers, but outside of that,
they
it's
can
just
make
basically like some gritty Harlem shit.
Make it a crime fighting show, really, yeah. Well, I think both actually have a lot of potential. So,
indeed.
Good luck with them, Marvel. Don't fuck it up.
Like, I know, I want to see that, like Luke Cage, like fucking a superhuman taking on gang warfare.
Is it wrong that the movie I'm most looking forward to is Guardians of the Galaxy 2?
Punisher... Yeah, I suppose Punisher does too. But he's not superhuman.
Yeah, but Punisher is fucked. Like, really, if you really think about the Punisher, he's kind of fucked.
What about the Batman, right? You know, superhuman either. He, like,
Don't get me started on Batman, Coney. I almost got in trouble from JP last week.
Alright.
So which one were you looking forward to, Coney?
Yes, which one are you looking forward to?
Alright, I think Doctor Strange can be good because this is... I like to see the villain Dormammu. And you know who is Dormammu?
Dormammu? Oh, yes, Dormammu. Yeah.
He's one of my favorite villains. I don't know why. I can explain, right? And Baron Mordred and the Ancient One, right?
I am not overly familiar with Doctor Strange besides the little cartoon movie.
If it's anything close to that movie, I think it'll be pretty good.
Yeah, well, I very much enjoyed that little cartoon movie.
But that's what I said about the fucking the Green Lantern animated film. I thought that was almost perfect.
Oh yeah, the Lantern one was great.
They fucking ruined the live action one.
They fucking ruined it in the live action version.
There you go.
Same with I guess thus far they're not ruining the Flash. So far.
Flash TV show is great. So, good luck.
Yes, good luck with that.
Yeah. Just don't fuck it up, guys. Good. Just don't fuck it up.
Yeah, don't fuck
I'm actually most looking forward to Guardians of the Galaxy. I think
I need to watch the first one.
If it's anything close to the first one, it's going to be brilliant.
I really need to watch
I have not laughed that much at an action movie ever. It was 1 part action, 3 parts comedy.
I agree with you, sir. This movie had a very comedy twist, but still was serious. And
it was perfect.
They did the right thing with this movie because these characters, nobody knows these characters.
Right? No one knew who the fuck they were.
Vibrant and funny, and then people like it. All right.
Exactly.
Well, I guess I'll ask one final question, and then I guess we'll piss off for this week because we've already gone about 15 minutes overtime.
Oh, that.
Who really cares, though?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like anyone was on after us waiting to go on, so
That's
we
right.
can go on, rant on a bit. But what was your favourite of Phase 2? Being Iron Man 3, Thor: The Dark World, Captain America: The Winter Soldier, Guardians of the Galaxy. And I suppose
We can't really
say
talk about
it
last
was
two.
the last two, but
Ant-Man
of those
and Avengers.
four, which was your favourite?
Me?
Yes.
My favorite, to be honest, like I said before, Guardian of the Galaxy, I enjoyed it even more, dare I say, than the Avengers, right?
There you go.
Yourself?
Agree entirely with Mr. Coney.
Guardians?
Guardians of the Galaxy was
Well, I
close
really
to my
hate the
favourite
Guardians.
movie of the year.
Because, actually, it's funny, because, yeah, of those... in
Iron Man
Phase
3 was
2,
good.
Iron Man 3 was good, but possibly not as good as the first two.
Fuck Iron Man 3, if this was gonna
No,
be
Iron
good,
Man 2 was shit house.
Oh, wait, yeah.
I think 1 and
Sorry,
3
one
were
was
decent.
great. One was great.
1 was brilliant, yeah. It's could have started
Iron
this
Man
whole
3,
run.
fucking
Thor 2 was not that great. Well, but then Captain America Winter Soldier was brilliant. think.
I have not watched it yet, so I
You've
can't
not
give
watched
I
it?
can't
Have
give
you
you-
seen Winter Soldier, Coney?
Yes, this was great movie. Almost reminded me of Avengers, sort of, but just Captain America.
Yeah,
It
I
was,
thought it was
but
done
darker.
really well.
Was there a lot of Scarlett Johansson
I
in that movie?
unfortunately had a bit of a spoiler before it, and you may have as well.
Please, no one spoil it for me.
Have you been watching Marvel's Agents of
No,
S.H.I.E.L.D.?
I have not. That's why I didn't.
Okay.
Because I need to
but
watch.
I suggest you go home, watch Captain America: Winter Soldier.
That's what I will be doing.
and then watch. Then you can continue watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
See,
Then maybe
you've witnessed it
illegally,
live on radio, people, ladies and gentlemen. I've been kicked out of the House of Horus to go watch Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
Yeah. But so yeah. I guess I can't say what it's kind of about now.
Well, you can. I'll just sit in the corner and pretend like nothing happened.
Because it was kind of a spoil. It was spoiled for me because I was watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and I guess they just fucking assumed that everyone who watches Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. had gone out and seen the new Captain America. I hadn't. And it was kind of spoiled for me, like, oh, they're back. Oh, that was... Oh.
Oh, fuck you all.
And then I was watching Captain America. And then I was watching Captain America 2, like, I already know what's going to be the big reveal.
Yeah.
But what about Ryback, right?
Ryback? What about Ryback?
Feed me more.
Ryback's back.
Come back.
Feed him more. Feed
Feed
the
me
man,
more.
he's hungry.
Feed me more marijuana,
Talking
right?
about wrestling again.
Be more marijuana, right? That was
Sorry about that. I changed subject. Sorry about that.
Alright.
But what is your favorite before you leave? What is your favorite so far, right?
So far,
Yes,
Captain
X.
America 2.
Oh,
Okay.
perfect.
You have to watch Guardians of the Galaxy.
No, I have to watch Guardians. It
I'd
may
hazard a
overtake
guess to say, knowing you for as long as I've known you, Guardians of the Galaxy will be your new favourite
Is
of
it
Phase
still out
2.
in the movies?
I have no idea.
Just download illegal. Don't worry about it. Anyway, I leave.
Yeah, I
let
generally
you
wait
go
for a
show,
good
right?
version there.
Thank you very much, Coney.
Alright, thank you very much, sir.
I enjoyed the show.
You could not
guys
have
are
had
doing
the
great.
show without
Fuck
you.
anyone who said the show is shit. Fuck you if you said the show is shit.
That's
Good
right.
show, right? Number one for the Goonbag, right?
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Alright,
All
goodbye,
right.
my friend, right?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, you're welcome.
Goodbye.
Alright, so I'll just comment on some of the things that have been going on in the chat room. I saw something. The Punisher and the first... Oh, we didn't even mention Ghost Rider and all of that somehow.
Yeah, Nick Cage is a good
The
actor,
first
but
Ghost
not
Rider
always.
was fucking shocking. I
I didn't hate it.
KRS. I did.
Am I
did.
gonna get in trouble for saying that?
didn't. I like sort of enjoyed it, like, but at the same token, I walked away thinking that was the most cliched shit I'd ever seen.
Yeah, but I didn't hate it.
But then the second Ghost Rider movie is actually
I
quite
have not
good.
watched it.
It's actually pretty cool.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
What's
like the first Punisher movie?
The only
Everyone
thing about
hated
the
the
first-
fuck out of the first Punisher movie. I didn't mind it.
The only thing about the first Ghost Rider movie is I thought the effects of the
What was it?
Fallen,
I think it was a
they were
budget
called.
movie.
I
It
thought
was-
I thought the
yeah.
effects. No, I thought the effects of the Fallen were really cool, but the effects of Johnny Blaze,
Yeah.
not so much.
I've been told that it was a budget movie, so maybe they had to sort of go, well, we'll make sure this looks good, but this isn't as good, maybe.
Tula from Pat Pizza. Was she in it? Fuck her.
Yes, it was that bitch, what's her fucking
What?
name?
Yeah, maybe that's
what's,
part of the reason why it was horrible.
what's her real name?
Oh, who cares?
Oh,
Rebel
fuck.
Wilson.
Rebel Wilson.
Who cares?
Rebel
I know
Wilson,
that.
You aren't fucking funny.
Yes, you. Yes.
Just being
Rebel
fat
Wilson.
does not make you
are not
funny. You
Okay?
know what made John Candy
away.
one of the best
You're not funny.
actors of like the 80s and 90s, best comedic actors? He never once actually talked about being fat. He was just fucking funny.
I vaguely remember in some movie or something.
It was
like,
very rare. Like
him-
it didn't.
him kind
It
of being
wasn't.
like, what? I'm fat. What are you talking
It wasn't his whole fucking character.
Yeah.
That's the same with black comedians who only talk about being black. That's why you're only
Paul Mooney.
Exactly. That's why you're underground. That's why no one fucking cares about you. You need more. It's a crutch. Fuck you.
Yes. I mean, okay, talk about that, but
Yes.
don't let that be your whole fucking
Identity.
act.
It's fucking not funny.
Alright, well, we're just about to get out of here.
I got angry.
On that note, ironically,
What? This is what's growing.
Rabble, rabble, rabble.
Rabble, rabble, rabble. Alright, so
They took our gerbs.
word up to the people.
they took our germs.
They took our gerbs.
They can have my germs. All of them. Yeah.
They took their dirt.
So, word up to those who tuned in. Word up to KRS, On It, Vatashev Loco, Davis, Tanya, JP, Mr. Coney. Word up to Nevs and Funky Jen.
Massive
yesterday
word
for
up to
Hip Hop
JP, by the
Barbecue.
way.
Yeah, massive word up to JP. for
The
calling
drunk sex
Um,
comment made me laugh now thinking about
in.
it.
Word up to Funky Jen for the photos yesterday at the Hip Hop Barbecues. It was a good show. Word up to the hired goons for that show and everyone who performed. Especially word up to Iron Tice and Chaps, fucking Westgate Keepers, Wandering Soul Music Crew, and all the Gippy lads that came out. Word up to you, peoples. Thank you, Internet World. We'll see
Thank you, the
next week.
internet. Just the internet.
You win one internet.
A winner is you.
Oh, winner is you. All your base belong to us.
They do.
They do.
And often.
And all the damn time.
I always don't know how to end these shows. So, see ya.
Peace.
We're happy. And we learnt much today.
Yeah, oh yeah, I suppose we were supposed to say.
Yeah, what have we learned today?
What did we learn?
That JP has drunk sex?
JP has drunk sex, and
But only when he's
that
drunk.
drunk sex is okay. We learned that it's not okay to holler at women on the street, but it is okay.
No. It's okay, so long as you're the guy that wakes up at 6:30 a.m.
Yes, it's okay if you holler at them at 6:30 a.m.
It's just after that.
After that, don't do it.
Yeah, there you go.
We learned that geek chicks love to dress up in scantily clad clothes at conventions.
Yes.
So go to
Despite
conventions.
no matter what size they are.
And yeah, and Marvel are making some movies. which
Yeah,
are probably gonna
Marvel are
be pretty
making
damn good.
a cocky motherfuckers.
Alright.
Yeah.
So that's all for this week. Thanks for
Thanks,
tuning in, ladies
people,
and gents.
for listening to our gibberish. See you next week.
Hard. Stay classy, San Diego.
Hi, I'm Jeremy Clarkson, and I'm so old school I was around way before Bismarcky was just a friend.
What's up? This is Bones of Two Blades. Hi, goons. You tuned in to Goonbag Radio. For that.